Hi. Hello. It's another episode of Passive Pixels. My name is Edwin. This time I actually remembered my name. I have Dorian over here. We already spent like at least a good sorry. The law is that we always have an hour that's been recorded. There was actually 30 minutes of preamble, but like that didn't happen. So Dorian, the last 30 minutes, that never happened. Would you like to argue about Eminem again? Or
No. I think, as you said earlier, if I start singing the Venom song live on air, I'll be booted and uninvited from ever doing it. So, when I want to give my 2 weeks notice to you, I'm just going to sing that song and we can discuss Eminem then. But until then, I'm good.
that would not be a 2 weeks notice. That would be a 2 seconds notice. Like immediately as soon as I hear the brap brap, like I'm hitting the stop button. I'm gonna shut down the computer. I'm gonna throw away my monitors like that Parks and Rec gift. Like this, it's done. It's over. I'm probably gonna go find Eminem and challenge him to a rap battle as suicide because that's
Mom's,
how I want to die.
Mom's spaghetti.
Never forgetting.
Did you
Okay.
see they opened up an actual restaurant in Detroit?
Are you?
Yeah,
He
the Eminem opened up a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit. I love it.
God. I hope you can buy sweaters there that have his vomit on it.
I don't know, but literally the only thing you can buy on the menu is spaghetti. Like it's like $9 for a plate of spaghetti. I love it. It's so good.
I hate that you say that because now my mind is like he has a menu, like a whole ass menu,
Oh yeah, there's a
3
menu.
pages, a fold out, and all it is just mom spaghetti.
Oh, it's
On each
amazing.
page, center page on every menu page, mom spaghetti. It's like, oh shit, what are you gonna
Uh,
order? I don't know, man. I think I'm feeling mom spaghetti, but it might taste too similar to the mom spaghetti. Hey, what's the
uh,
special today? Oh, it's mom spaghetti. What are you gonna have tomorrow? Mom spaghetti.
I
My
love it.
mom died. Now I have a stepmom. It's now stepmom spaghetti. It's not as good.
See, it's unfortunate. I want to go to Detroit for this and Detroit style pizza, but then I'd have to go to Detroit, so it always turns me off.
And you'd have to get stabbed.
Exactly. I don't want to
Yeah.
die yet.
No, well, you do want to die. It's just that no one wants to die in Detroit.
Yeah, nobody wants to die in Detroit. I'd rather die in Cleveland, honestly.
Cleveland, they're fine. They're fine people. If I had to choose where to die, it'd probably be California because if I die there, I can just like disappear from California as quickly
Sure,
as I can.
sure.
Like unless if I was at the border, then like the border, it's like okay, I'm in California. Now I'm Washington. Oh, okay, now I'm California. I want to die. Now I'm in Washington. This is slightly better, but not that much better.
God,
Okay.
somehow this preamble is worse than the preamble we cut out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And any other places that we want to talk shit about?
Xbox again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Redmond, Washington.
There you go.
Maybe they're not that
Oh,
better
you
than
meant play
California.
actual countries. Okay, now I got you.
No, we can talk shit about Xbox too. Man, Xbox has no games. There we go. We got it out from the front because I don't think we have any Xbox games here.
Yeah, fuck you, Spencer.
Shall we go to the list?
Yeah, let's go to the list.
Okay. I've got Code Veronica, Haven, Prey, Lord of the Rings, but not really. Mad Men Season 4 and Season 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Final Fantasy 4, but not really. Resident Evil 5, Halo Infinite Tech Test, Memento, Persona 5 Strikers, Sea of Thieves, and Voice of Cards demo. I ran through way too much stuff. Go for it. What's yours?
Yeah, my list is not nearly as juicy this week. I got Life is Strange True Colors, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Undertale, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Lost Judgment, Resident Evil 5, and Cowboy Bebop.
I'm happy. All of that sounds manageable. All right then. I already forgot how we do this show. Do we do weeb shit at the top again?
Yeah, let's start with Weeb Shit.
Okay, all right. Look, I know Final Fantasy IV is in this in between, but fuck it. It's so short that I just want to get it out of the way first. Final Fantasy IV, I was playing it. I got into a dungeon, and then the dungeon was like, hey, I know that you're properly leveled, but you're not leveled for this. And I went, fuck you, I am going to be. And then I installed the cheat engine and then made myself level 99. And then here's the problem. Here's the problem. I realized that that dungeon was an optional dungeon. So now I fucked myself over because the game is properly balanced where I could have gone to the right place and kept playing the game normally. So I'm like, fuck, I just might have ruined this for myself. I might go look through my PC to see if I can find an old save that I have that'll roll me back not too far. But yeah, Final Fantasy 4. Fuck, I didn't know that was optional.
How far
That's
how
it.
far into the game are you now?
11 or 12 hours in. I don't know how long this
Okay,
game is.
you're getting actually you played more than I thought you
No,
had.
no,
So.
but that doesn't really count because like I think I dropped it like at 9 hours back in 2017. So
So you're just picking straight up from your 2017 playthrough.
yeah, no, that
Oh
because
shit.
okay,
Okay.
have I told you how I remembered what I was doing or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I specifically remember this, right? I was at UH, right, University of Houston, and I had my Vita, I had Final Fantasy 4 on there. I don't know how the hell I remember so specifically where I was because I don't remember what I was talking to you even about like 15 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, same.
I was in front of a Chick-fil-A in the like I guess the food court, right? Of the university. And I remember that I was walking out of class with some friends and we sat down at a table and I was playing this for a little bit and I was ready to save and I just had a feeling of like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna get back to this. And so I was going through the text dialogue in like a kink in the underground or something. It's like, oh, you're gonna need to go to this location. And I was like, I feel like I'm not gonna remember this the next time that I play this. So I took a picture of it with my phone and then just closed the Vita up. And I never realized that that was gonna be the last time that I played it for like another 4 years. So I don't know how I remember it. Part of me just thinks that because it was a picture, my mind made a false memory to go along with the picture. Like that's my best guess. But yeah, somehow I remember that. Yeah, so I just picked right up.
That's a good fucking memory because I would never remember that. But I think it's kind of like you said. Like I can't remember a conversation I had 25 minutes ago, but I'll randomly remember this one time, like uh, that I fucking decided to save this game and like never touched it again. Like I'll remember that, and that'll like haunt me because like, damn, I never went back to that game. But it's weird selective memory.
Yeah, it really is. Like, oh man, it's so bad because whenever I talk to my wife about memory, it's just like, I don't remember what we did about this. So then whenever I do remember something, I'm just like, woman, you need to listen to me. This one I know for sure, damn it. You need to trust me on this one. But like, I have no credibility in memory that every single time she's like, no, you don't. I'm like, damn it. Oh, I've screwed myself over on this one.
This segment sponsored by Memento.
Yes. Oh, we'll talk about memory later about that one. Like, there, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
So
memory will be a recurring theme of this show.
I should really edit this episode out of order just so it's
Oh my
like the
god.
same spirit of Memento.
Yeah. Could you imagine? That'd be amazing.
It would be a
Uh,
fucking mess for me.
oh yeah, a fucking mess. Like, what's different from every other episode though?
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 4. It still exists out of 10.
fantastic. Yeah, fucking, I don't remember out of 10
Okay.
something. I played it, but fuck if I remember.
Exactly. We have other episodes of this shit, okay? That's why I feel weird whenever I bring up something that I barely played because it's like
Yeah.
it's on the list, sure, but it's like a small footnote. Who cares? Whatever. Moving on.
So really, I'm gonna be honest. I would argue everything on my list isn't weeb, but for the sake
Mhm.
of the weebery, we'll put Cowboy Bebop in here because let's be honest, it's anime. So, Cowboy Bebop. Let's talk about this. So first of all, I don't know. I don't think you listen to this show. You're very smart, Alfredo. If you don't, but I'm gonna shout out Alfredo here for a second.
No, no,
Lovely man.
don't you dare give him a shout out, okay? This man lied to me for years. Okay, not years, but it felt like years about saying he was going to play near and then he decides to watch a YouTube playthrough of it, okay? He's a liar. He has no
He did that with Danganronpa too.
this man needs to have YouTube revoked from him, okay? I can't wait until he goes into the army and he goes somewhere where there's no internet and so he has to play his games offline, okay? Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you. So basically, running gag. So
Wait, hold on. You're Canadian. You don't need to thank him.
well, I mean, we have an army too, and honestly, I appreciate the American army more than the Canadian army. So,
Fine.
yeah,
Fine.
I'll simp. I'll simp. Anyways,
We here simp for the American Armed Forces. Please sponsor
how
us.
could you not? They're so badass.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to segue for 2 seconds here. But there
Go
was
for
a
it.
game on the Sega CD called the Third World War. This is selective memory shit right here. So it was called the Third World War, and I would always play as Canada, and I would choose to invade the United States of America. And I remember, depending on the country you'd have like a different army arsenal to go with. So in Canada, when you decided to invade anybody, you'd have one Jeep. If you decided to invade America, they would have the maximum 20 full arsenal tanks. Never went well. Never.
I'm sorry. I just imagine this one Jeep going up to New York and just be like, "Hey, we're taking your land, eh?"
Pretty much. It didn't go well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could win the game by doing like actual like territory domination or financial domination. If you played as Canada, you had to do financial domination. You were not winning the army war.
Hey, America, you willing to buy Washington? We can buy it off you.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyways, all right. So that out of the way. So Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Alfredo.
Yes.
This is so off topic. Holy shit. So he decided to taunt me. So I've been trying to get back to Eva, but the thought of watching more of Evangelion makes me physically ill. So I just haven't been able to lately. And he every day decides to tag me in the Discord saying, "Hey, watch Eva, watch Eva, watch Eva, watch Eva." Now that specific,
Wait, does he do that every
yeah,
day?
at least once a day, I swear to God.
No wonder
So,
you hit him with that Danganronpa and near reminders. Okay.
oh yeah, that's why I do it. I just do it to counteract that. So, or I might have started doing it first. I don't know. I'm an asshole too. So one of us started. Anyways, he would keep on about that. So that specific day he did it, I had watched the Cowboy Bebop opening intro for Netflix, which I'm sure is going to be a fantastic show. But
Okay, good.
but
There's a laugh there. Good.
the theme song is the same though, and that theme song, boy God, does it slap! So it was stuck in my head the rest of the day.
Oh hell yeah.
And so he said that. So again, he tagged me, watch Eva, and I'm like, instructions unclear, watching Cowboy Bebop. Originally I was gonna leave it at that, like stupid Joe, but then he said something else. He's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna watch an episode of Cowboy Bebop and shit on this. Unfortunately, I couldn't shit on it because I really fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so now I am 5 episodes deep into Cowboy Bebop. And really honestly, like everything I have to say about this show is enormously positive. So my streak of not liking anime is over. Now, I will say the thing about this show is I've been informed that apparently the Japanese don't like it very much. Apparently,
Good.
this is more of like a Western thing that people like. And I totally
Thank God.
understand it because this does not feel like your typical anime for a lot of reasons. It is not serialized, which is rare as fuck for anime in general, but it
Mm.
kind of is in points because there's kind of an overarching little theme. It's really good though. Like I gotta say, if you've ever heard of Firefly yet, have you heard of
Oh
Firefly
yeah.
from Josh
I
Whedon?
I
Yeah.
have I know so much about it. Isn't it just no, I don't even know where I'm going with that sentence. Continue.
So it's basically space cowboys,
Yes.
and it's good. I like it a lot. I've softened on my like for it over time, especially because Josh Whedon is a fucking asshole now.
Correct.
But this is like this, but better. Like it's so good. Like it's just space cowboys, and it's so fun. It's totally lighthearted. I mean, the typical gross, like weird anime shit's very, very minimal in this. The over the top, ridiculous violence is very, very minimal in this. It's just fun. Like it's just a fun show. You get 22 minutes of this of like a little plot line and then kind of a little bit of an overarching story in there. And it's great. And it's funny because I always watch these kind of things subbed instead of dubbed. But a
Mm.
couple of people told me, no, watch the dub. This dub is actually goated. So I watched a couple of the dubs and I actually really like it too. I've been switching back and forth. The guy who does the main character of Spike sounds a little bit like Solid Snake here. I don't know who's voicing him, but he
Steve Blum.
reminds me of Steve Blum. Thank you. He reminds me of him, and it's good. Like it works completely for me, and it actually is a really quality dub, which you don't see that often. But yeah,
Pause.
overall, I'm
Pause. One thing I have to mention:
yeah.
Steve Blum was actually Hot Coldman in Peace Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, that
So
makes
continue.
sense.
Continue.
That totally makes sense. Okay, maybe that's where I've heard him before because he did sound familiar to me. Was he in anything else notable that I would know?
Steve Blum has done so much shit, and he's the same voice every single time. Which I
Okay,
mean, to
yeah,
be fair, look at him. He doesn't really
yeah.
need to change his voice.
No, I agree. No, I agree. It's a great voice. Like, and at first I thought it was a little gruff for the character, but it quickly grown on me. Like, it's really good.
While you keep talking, I'm gonna go see what else he's done because
Yeah, yeah,
this
sure.
man has ridiculous credits.
Sure. But yeah, no, like I will concede this is the first anime I've watched that I've truly enjoyed, but it's very calling it an anime, it's very it's a thin line because it does not share any of the common characteristics or traits of an anime. Even something like Death Note, which I did enjoy the first half of Death Note, that is I
Wait,
feel like that's a hell of a lot
did you
more anime than this.
wait? Did you say you enjoyed the first half or no? Because I want to clarify that. It sounded
I
like you
did
said
enjoy
you
the first half.
didn't. You
I
did.
did.
Okay,
Sorry,
cool. Like,
I did. Yes, I did. It was the second half of Death Note that's just fucking horrendous in my opinion.
but-
Um,
mm, mm, mm.
but until the end, then it's better. But anyways, that's a whole nother episode.
Business
Um,
arc and the epilogue are terrible.
yes, I agree. And again, I'm only 5 episodes in, so who knows? Maybe it takes a right turn. But from everything I've been told and from people I trust, shout out to Sam, you little Kino bastard. It's been
Is
very good.
Sam? Mm, God bless that man.
He's introduced us both to some good shit.
Man knows his
But yeah,
Kino.
he does. But this has just been delightful so far. I have nothing negative to say about it. I will be talking about it more in upcoming episodes because I definitely want to blast through some more. Watched a couple last night, so it's still fresh in my head. Oh, and just before I forget, first of all, the closing entrance song, the closing theme, I actually don't know the name of it offhand, but it's very good. It's very, very good. And it is growing on me over time. But that opening theme song, it's called Tank. Holy fucking shit. That fucking saxophone player has lungs of God. I do not know how he can fucking emit the sounds that he makes out of that saxophone. It is incredible, and it is one of my favorite opening theme songs I've heard for anything in a long goddamn time. I've listened to that song like 100 times on repeat over the last week. So good.
Hold on, you're gonna make me listen to this because look, I played saxophone, so it's weird to me that I don't remember one. So no joke, I'm just gonna sit in silence for a second and listen to this because I need to find this shit.
You might have to listen to the full version though. Like, I mean, you'll hear some of it in the theme song, but just know there's a longer 3 minute and 30 second version where he really pops off.
Oh, okay. Because like right now, I have it playing in the background, and the main thing that I always remember is that bass guitar. That man just slapping the shit out of those things, just boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom,
it's so
boom,
good.
boom, boom. Yeah, I might have to listen to the full version, but man, wait, no, hold on. Okay, oh, I'm so fucking dumb. I'm so used to just hearing those horns that it doesn't click with me. That's a quartet of I think tenor saxophones.
That would
Okay.
make sense, yeah. Oh my god, man, and if you listen to the full extended version, it gets fucking like, they go even harder, man. Like, the song goes so much harder than it needs to, it's insane.
Dude,
So good.
all I know is that listening to that shit makes me so sad that jazz is dead.
Oh my god, I know, I'm so with you. Every time I hear jazz music, I get happy. Like, jazz music is such an underappreciated genre. If there's any movie that has some sort of jazz theme to it or jazz motif or even a jazz, storyline in the background for it, I will instantly give that movie more credence and respect because I love that shit. So good.
By the way, correction, it was not Hot Coldman, it was Vladimir Zadornov.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. That makes
And
sense.
he was also in Portable Ops. He played Gene. I don't know if he did play
Oh,
Portable Ops.
I don't think I ever finished it, but I did play some of it. But it was a long time ago. I don't remember shit from that.
I don't blame you. What I just love is that Steve Bloom played a man who literally had a magic power with his voice, and I was like, yeah, that fits perfect.
Yeah, that does fit perfectly, man. He's very good. He is very good at Spike. And like I said, I'm very strictly for this type of shit usually a sub over dub person, but
Mm.
man, they really knocked it out of the park with that dub. It's good. So I think I'll bounce back and forth a little bit between them. As weird as that is, but I really like the Japanese one too. So
Oh, he actually. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, he was part of the multiplayer for The Last of Us. I remember him going tourist. Oh my god. Okay.
and he was in factions?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's
Dude, I
hilarious.
can remember it. As soon as I saw that, it clicked in my head that he was one of those voices.
That's so random. I never
Scratch another one.
I never played factions, so I wouldn't know, but that's funny.
Real? I could have sworn that you at least dipped in a little. No.
No, I completely skipped over factions.
Oh shit. Okay, you screwed up before they broke it and made it pay to win. But
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty I don't know, man. I've been pretty down and anti on factions too. If it comes and there's no pay to win microtransaction bullshit, I might give it a shot,
you have 2
but
months.
it would have to be free. I think it would have to be free. Like, I don't know if I'll pay for it. I think if anything, they're going to bundle it in with The Last of Us remake, which I already don't want.
Jesus
So I don't
Christ,
know.
I forgot that that exists.
That exists. Apparently, it's never been announced, but our good man Schreier said so.
Yeah, our good man in the field, huh? Okay, so yeah,
Ah.
he was additional voices in part 2 as well. So I don't remember that because I think I might have blacked out most of that. Okay, so me and you saw how I just left no gap.
Yeah,
Damn,
no,
masterful.
no. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I somehow bringing it back to college again. I somehow again specifically remember where I was in college when I tried Cowboy Bebop. And I was sitting in a computer lab, and I think I was sitting at the computer, and I was looking at like a lab report, and I was like, I fucking hate this. I don't want to do this. I still have time. So I remember pulling out my phone, pulling out Hulu, and for some reason, Hulu has this thing where I think for anime, it separates it between dub and sub as like two different series. So I'm looking at this thing as just like Cowboy Bebop and Cowboy Bebop. I'm like, why do you do this? Why can't you have a label or something? And then it's only whenever you look at the episodes, it's like episode one, blah, 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 subbed, dubbed. I was like, why can't you just make it one episode and then change the fucking audio in the episode? Okay, whatever. I don't care anymore. But I'm getting way too much into the minutia as I am to do. So I started watching it and I was like, yeah, you know what? This first episode is fine. Of course, that opening, you hear that shit, you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I got to go pull up my saxophone again, start fucking jamming with them, right? And then once the episode ended and then the next episode wasn't immediately sequential, I was like, oh no. Oh, I don't know if I want this. And I got like 5 episodes in, and the fact that every episode just kinda started from 0, I was like, "Oh, man, you were so close." And then I dropped it. I still have I don't even so you know how I had that promise where I still had to watch 2 animes
Yes.
that I'm obligated
Yes.
to? So I fucking have no I don't remember who I promised that to. I just know that they're still around in my life. I just know that they listen, maybe if people listen to this and be like, "Oh shit, it's me." Text me, please. Remind me if it's you or not because like if I watch this shit, like I don't know who I have to report back to. That kind of gives me a good out to not watch them, but like, I'm still going to be a man of my word, god damn it, and I hate it.
Well,
So,
you'd probably get like a random message too, like a year later, like, "Where's my Cowboy Bebop?"
like, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, it is you. That's who it is. There we go." So, yeah, Cowboy Bebop, that's actually still one that I'm promised to watch. The other one is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I just know Cowboy Bebop I'm going to watch and I'll be like, yeah, that had its moments. And then that'll probably it. The closest thing that I will get to Cowboy Bebop is middling. And
I mean, even
that
that's an improvement for your usual anime
oh,
taste.
well, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
obviously.
like, considering how and I'm with you this, but considering all the other animes I've tried to watch even this year, so Serial Experiment Lane, the first few episodes of Evangelion, and then stuff I've tried to watch in the past, this for me has been so light year beyond better. Like, I'm actually genuinely enjoying it, but even if it's tolerable, that would be an improvement over anything else I've watched, so
Yeah, correct. But you already know that I'm a snob. So like if
sure.
something is like that's passable, I'm just like, really, that's just it. That's it. That's all you can give me.
Sure, that's fair.
God, I'm just so picky with my time. I don't remember who it was. I think there was someone who was older in the Discord that was like, "Oh man, you're still young and think your time matters." I'm like, "Wait, does my time not matter?" Fuck, man.
uh,
Like I already don't care about myself, but I don't know if I don't not care about my time that badly yet. I don't know if that
yeah,
sentence made sense, but whatever. I think people understood the feeling.
I get what you're saying.
Anything else about Cowboy Bebop besides just
No,
how
just
fucking
fantastic.
slammer those soundtracks are?
Just yeah, like I obviously can't give this a score yet because I haven't finished it, but it's that song out of 10 so far. So
I will concur with the score. It is a
mm,
I think it's
mm,
time to
mm, mm,
blow this scene.
mm.
Out of 10.
Just throw a saxophone in anything and we're golden. Golden.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh wait, no, is it let's jam? Whatever. If it
Let's
pisses
jam.
off
Let's
the
go
weebs,
song.
I'm happy. Wait, is this still technically pissing off the weebs though?
I mean, the weebs probably are like, oh, Cowboy Bebop. That's what everyone picks, so they're probably still pissed. So yeah, we'll go with it.
Okay, good.
They're like, why don't you like Durin? I hear you off right away. No Durin. Fuck off.
Why don't you like the 14,000-year-old woman that's actually trapped in an 11-year-old's body? It's not weird if you a cooch, okay?
Yeah, fuck off, weebs.
She's lived 1,400 lives, damn it. Fucking hate anime.
All right.
Okay, what is there anything else in Weeb?
I'm not going to throw anything else in weebs. I really don't think Judgment is weeb, so I'm not throwing it in there. Do you have anything else though?
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna throw Call of Duty Black Ops 2 because it just
Now you've pissed off the weebs. Congratulations.
slowly and but surely, Passive Pixels is just me shit posting verbally.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
God damn it. You see, Dorian, I'm so ready to always want to fight you on the Discord, but once we get here, we have a common enemy in the weeb, so I just never want to attack you that badly. You're an ally,
Uh,
damn it.
yeah, until we get to like an actual topic like The Last of Us 2. Oh god, I said it. What did I say? I will be fine.
Hold on. I gotta get. Okay, I feel like I had to release that. There
No,
was
you're
a
much
lot of
better.
negative energy.
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I played one level and I was like, oh wow, this is actually a little different. There seems like there's actually a protagonist. There's actually a mission that feels inventive. And then you get back to the gameplay, you're like, oh, it's still the same gameplay. But at least there was like a really cool section where you get to fly around in a wingsuit and you're basically base jumping. I was like, you know what? This is really cool. I don't have much control, but it looks really cool, and I'm okay with that. The bar for Call of Duty has been lowered so hard that this is impressive to me right now. And it seems like most of the modern, well, not. Oh, okay. Technically, it is modern now because this game only
Yeah.
happens in 4 years from now in 2025. Terrifying. Um,
That's
yeah,
scary.
I know. Oh, very. So, yeah, the modern day stuff is actually not bad. Anytime that it goes back to like Cold War shit in like the 80s, I'm just like, I'd prefer not to do. Wait, no, hold on. I'm talking shit needlessly, dude. They basically stole the horses from Uncharted 3. It was great. Like, they basically stole the horses from Uncharted 3 and had you run around this entire open area. You're riding a horse, you're shooting a gun. The horse just doesn't fucking care about bullets, and it's just like, I don't give a shit.
In first
It's
person?
so yes,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's so dumb, but it's like it's also different. So I was like, you know what? I'm actually kind of feeling this. So I haven't even played that much of it, honestly. I'm just impressed that this early on, like a mission or two in, I was shockingly enjoying myself more than I thought. Except, still at the end of the day, it's the exact same fucking gameplay. Always. Like, it
God.
really is. Yeah, no,
It's
exactly.
God.
It is. I know. I don't know what I expected. Why am I even complaining of this? Like, it is literally vegan walks into steakhouse and complains about the menu. Like, of course, like it's going to be there, but I don't know. I feel like I still wanted to compliment it more than I expected I was gonna going into it.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. I don't think I've ever played Blops 2. So the last really mainline COD game I tried to play was probably Blops 1, which I hated. I
Mm,
did not enjoy Blops 1 at all. And
mhm.
then that was it for me. I was out after that. And obviously you got me Infinity War, I think. That's the one you sent
So
me.
Infinity Ward is the developers.
Oh.
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare. That's the one. Okay. So that's the one you sent me. So I'm going to try that eventually. But yes, I don't think I've tried anything since Blob 1, except I did play some of the COD 4 remake. But that doesn't really count. But yeah, so I know little to nothing about this, but a horse that's like bulletproof sounds pretty cool. So
No. The horse isn't bulletproof. It's just like if you shot a gun on a horseback, that horse is kicking you off immediately.
right.
So I just love how in all of fiction, all these horses have nerves of steel. Like you're blasting a fucking M4 right next to them. They're just like, yeah, come on, let's keep going. Yeah, this is fine. So like that's where I land on it. Like I got to ride a horse in a Call of Duty game. You're an improvement, a market improvement from the first game.
Yeah, I get
Also, the
good.
one of the main characters from Black Ops 1 makes a return in this one. It's like 40 years later and he's narrating and he's just like this old man in a retirement home that obviously doesn't give a shit. So at least that is a fun through line because he's like, yeah, you kids are out here fighting a whole ass goddamn world war. You guys are gonna sit here and hear about me just bullshitting about my time in the Cold War. Like it's at least it's fun. Like it feels like this game understands, dude. It's a fucking Call of Duty game. Who cares? Like Black Ops 1 felt like sometimes it could be too self serious. Of like, yeah, man, we want to be like the deer hunter. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. So at least Black Ops 2 feels like it understands that it's dumb, so it kind of gets away with it a little.
Yeah, it should never try to be overly serious with the COD games. I don't think that ever works out for it.
At least nowadays. So, yeah, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is, I'm going to give it a score of maybe the next time that I don't know what to play and my wife wants me in the bedroom, I'll go ahead and boot up the PS3 so I can play something in the room so she doesn't have me too far away out of 10.
Oh, that is a long review. Uh, I'm gonna give it the prestigious score of it's COD out of 10.
Damn. Out here, an IGN 10 out of 10. I see. Okay, incredible. Oh, wait, no, sorry. They usually go 9 out of 10 for Call of Duty games. Okay.
9.5.
Okay. Is that all for Weebs? Are we going to the movies now?
Yeah, well, I have if we're going to movies, I literally have no movies. Now, a lot of the movies you're going to talk about, I really enjoy, so I'll have stuff to say, but it'll be all you then.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm charging into the movie section. Lord of the Rings is here. Lord of the Rings is going to get its own special episode. Of course, our Keto master, the man who helped me do the Before trilogy and also helped out with the, I was about to say Black Swan, but that's not the right movie.
Green Knight.
Uh, yes, thank you. You see some sort of adjective and color. I
Yes,
don't
you're
even
there.
know if
You were on the
adjective
right track.
is it adjective or noun? I don't know anymore, man. This is why I graduated college, so I didn't have to think about this shit anymore. Um, yes, Green Knight. Sam, good boy Sam is going to come and help talk to me about that because he loves Lord of the Rings. So I'm not going to dwell too much on this, but Lord of the Rings. Before my wife and I went to Hawaii, we left Thursday morning, like around 5 a.m. And I told her that the day before I wanted to take a nap and then just stay up until we left to the airport. And to stay up, we were going to watch all the Lord of the Rings movies extended editions. I didn't budget time properly, so we only ended up watching all of Fellowship, and then 3/4 of the first disc of Two Towers. After that, we went to Hawaii. I lost my headphones and my mask and my watch in Hawaii, and then I came back. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I want to lean into it how that was the only things I have about Hawaii, but no, I had fun. Damn it. Okay, fine. After that, we came back. All of Monday was just a complete travel day, and then we came back Tuesday and we finished up all of Two Towers and Return of the King. I love these movies. They're very good. I don't know if I could ever put them in my favorite because they're all three going to go together. And the fact that all three of them is such a hard investment, it's probably going to be another decade before I watch them. But I love them very much, and they're getting a special episode. So that says everything that you need to know about that. Dorian, I toss it to you. Say whatever you want about Lord of the Rings. And as soon as you say that they're too long, I'm just going to stare at you because I'm assuming you just fell asleep to them.
So this is going to be how to piss off everyone listening to this very quickly, because I'm
There we
imagining
go.
not a lot of people are going to dislike Lord of the Rings. Look, I here's the weird thing. I actually really like Two Towers. I think Two Towers is a great movie. That is the only Lord of the Rings movie that I will say is a great movie. I think Fellowship is fine. I think it's a fun movie. I think it just sets up for the sequels though. And Return of the King, I'm not a big fan of. It's too long. I'm sorry. It is. There's too many false endings in that movie where I wanted it to be over. And I'm talking about the regular edition. I ain't even getting into the extended editions yet. So I don't know. I think they're. I appreciate. Let me put it this way. I appreciate the ambition in those movies. I think the soundtrack is what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Iconic.
iconic. Thank you. Yes, they're absolutely iconic. The soundtracks in those movies, and there's a lot to love about them. But as a person who doesn't love the high fantasy genre in general,
I don't either.
they're they're not exactly high hits for me.
Okay, I will say this just because it's something that I did want to pick up on. If I remembered, fuck.
Oh
Shit, what
no,
was I
did
going to say? Oh no, now I
man,
remember.
you're
Now I
really
remember.
you're cosplaying Leonard Shelby tonight, man.
Leonard Shelby. Who the fuck is Leonard Shelby? Oh, I'm fuck. Damn it. I was gonna cut my stutter and then you landed a good joke. So now I have to keep it in the edit. Fuck. So I remember what I was gonna say. Lord of the Rings being three movies feels like it was 3 seasons of TV. Well, 3 short seasons of TV. So by the time that we got to Return of the King and you had the last hour being complete goodbyes, after being this far into the golden age of TV, where you have so many shows that will make their season finale just a long hour long goodbye. In this universe now that we live in, Return of the King having an entire hour of goodbyes fits so perfectly more now than it did before. So that's what I like about it. Initially, I remember thinking, just fucking end it. Just end it. Just end it. But now that we're in a golden age of television where the last episode always ends up being a large goodbye to everyone and just being a curtain call, this fits so perfectly now where I'm just like, yes, send everyone on their own goodbye. And I was so happy about it. So the time might have changed that now.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think the biggest thing I'd say to that is if you're totally invested and love Fellowship of the Ring and you love Two Towers and you love what came before it in Return of the King, then that hour I think's more acceptable and definitely you'll get away with it. But for me, I'm just not as big a fan as those other movies, so there wasn't as much investment in it for me. It's like if you watch like I don't know. What's a TV show? Let's say Dexter, for instance, and you hate like a couple of seasons of that, and then you make it to the end, and then you get an hour long goodbye. You're not going to be very tolerable for that because you didn't really love the show. So
It's still so weird, Michael. What is it that okay, so I know that it's not okay. The reason why I don't even want to focus on the that not being your genre is because like it's not my genre either. Like
right.
it's literally in that camp. It's just Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. Like that's it. Like I don't know if there's anything else that ever comes into that camp. So the fact that you're saying it's not, it's like, what is it about you that still keeps it away?
I think Fellowship specifically, I think it's a fine movie. I just think I really think a lot of it is just here we're setting this up as the first piece for the sequels, and it just feels like it ends on such like a hard note for me, and it's hard to judge that by itself. I think it's a
Really?
fine movie. It just for me, it just doesn't hit it. Two Towers, I really enjoy. I think Two Towers has some great battles. Like I said, it's the favorite of the three. I think there's a lot that I like about that movie. Kind of get the same issue at the end, but obviously at that point you're used to it because you know they're going for the trilogy. And then with Return of the King, I don't know, man. I just nothing really clicks in that movie for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I like but not love the other movies. I wish I could explain it. It's been a while since I've tried to see him, so I'm not completely fresh on them. But like, I know this is blasphemy. I don't know if you're listening, Dad, but if you're listening to this, he's gonna fucking beat the shit out of me for this because these are his favorite movies of all time. But it's just I don't know, man. It's Return of the King never did it for me. Like even before the hours and what feels like hours of false endings. So I don't know.
It is so weird to me because Fellowship feels like the thing that, yeah, if they never made another one, it would hurt. But the fact that the whole movie is about the Fellowship trying to get them together and then they fracture off at the end, I feel like that is way more of a satisfying ending. No, no, even Two Towers feels like it has a good ending. Fuck. Okay, I don't know if I can say that. Because, like, Two Tower ends with the trees taking down Isengard and flooding it, and then you have Helm's Deep. So like even Two Towers feels like it leaves on a satisfying note. Fuck. Okay, this is gonna be really hard to. I wanted to give you credence, but now I just talk myself out of it. No, I give you no quarter.
Honestly, it's fair, but I think we just see a little bit different on this because even with I think we brought it up in the past with Final Fantasy VII Remake, you're completely content if they never make another part to that. And for me, if they never made another part to that, it would ruin it for me. So I don't know. I think we just kind of have different perspectives on those sorts of things.
For me, the reason why I'm okay with that is because if I can sacrifice plot for character, I will always do that. So the fact that Final Fantasy VII at least has okay, mm, no, Final Fantasy VII is a bad excuse for that. So Final Fantasy VII at least has a narrative, well, a meta narrative more than anything
Yeah,
else that it wants to
yeah.
argue for. That by the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I feel like that argument is completely tied up and like done. That I'm happy that if they never made another one. Fellowship of the Ring at least still has that through line of the Fellowship and then they break up. Like it feels like there was a rise to make sure that everyone was going to work together and then the ring breaks them all down. So I feel like it still has that narrative through line that even if there was never another, I feel like it'd still be satisfied because it gave me that satisfying through line through there. So you, on the other hand, go for it.
I guess I just have issue with unresolved plot lines. Like, obviously, if Lord of the Rings, if you ended on Fellowship of the Ring, what the fuck happens with the ring?
There's some bullshit.
Like, if there was just never another one. Yeah,
They
I mean,
died.
it's some bullshit. They all die. It's great. Tell me that in an epilogue then. But like, I hate plot lines that are unresolved. Now, if we're finishing off a complete show in a series and you're leaving some things ambiguous, then that's different. I'm okay with that. But I think it's clear to me that there's stuff left ambiguous and unsolved in Final Fantasy VII Remake or Fellowship of the Ring that if those ended on that, I would have an issue with that personally.
Better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all.
I mean,
We
hey,
disagree on that.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I don't want to love it all. I'd rather just lose. So.
Okay, that was more time than I wanted to give Lord of the Rings at all
Yeah.
here.
Let's move
But
on. Enjoy the special episode, people. You'll love it. Great people on that one.
Jesus Christ, that's two special episodes. Now that I promised Perfect Blue and Lord of the Rings.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
we
I
still gonna do
think
Perfect Blue too.
yeah, dude, there's still a third one out there that I think I've mentioned,
Oh
but
geez.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. But God damn it, I really gotta stop saying these. I need to start doing this shit. Lord of the Rings is a go out of 10.
Yeah, it's let's score them. This will piss you off. Let's go. Fellowship of the Ring will go 5.56 out of 10. Two Towers will go 7.58 out of 10, and then Return of the King will be like a 4.5 out of 10.
You motherfucker, they destroyed the ring. The Eagles came to save us. Frodo and Sam cried.
Share the
And
load.
this is how you treat them.
Share the load, Frodo.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
It's pretty good. It's a good scene.
Dun.
The music's so good. I'll never knock the music. Amazing music in that movie. So
Fucking Howard Shore, wherever you are, man, just pat yourself on the back right now. You could have just came here,
Iconic.
done the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, and then given up completely, and you would still been one of the greatest.
Iconic.
Okay, what else do I have in movies? Is it? Oh, is Memento really the next thing? Is that the only two movies that I watched? Okay, Memento it is.
Ooh, Memento. Let's go.
I will let you handle this because I know you fucking love this movie.
Oh.
Go ahead, go how you want. You're off the leash.
Oh, Memento. Okay, let's talk about Memento. This is my third favorite movie of all time, and it's really special to me. I've seen this movie. The Dark Knight, I think I've seen the most, but I've definitely seen this movie the second most of any of my movies that are even close to that stratosphere. Classic movie starring Guy Pearce, Carrie Ann Moss, Joel Pantoliano.
Joey Pants. Just say Joey
Joey
Pants.
Pants. Joey Pants. Do not believe his lies. This movie's fucking outstanding. And okay, I'm the biggest Christopher Nolan fanboy in the world. I will not deny
Simp.
that. I'm
Simp.
a
Now we're going
simp.
simp. You're hardcore. You're hardcore about
I
that.
simp for Nolan. I admit it. And I'm proud of it. What I would not give to get another movie like this from him again. And I don't think we will. And that kind of makes me a little bit sad
I mean, he's been
because
trying to his the rest of his career.
well, and I think he's just doing. Look, I love his movies. This is going to sound very negative. I don't mean this to be so negative. I love his movies, but I think he's just. It's too much. It's too more. If he just scaled back his budget and went down a little bit and kind of did something a little bit smaller and more focused, I think he'd be there again. Personally. Anyways, though, this movie's fantastic. It's what I love so much about this movie is the way it's shot. It's specifically, and it's so the whole movie. It's about
Shot or edited?
well, shot and edited. Okay, edited. Yeah, definitely more edited. But I think it's shot beautifully too. But yeah,
Yes.
it's edited so well in the sense that basically the movie's about a man with memory loss. Specifically, it's entrograde amnesia, and he's unable to store recent memories. So he remembers old stuff, but anything recent, like after this attack that happens, he does not remember. And the movie is edited in such a way that it makes you feel like him. And
Yeah.
I don't want to go more into that without spoiling it, but it's edited that way just to make you feel janky, not knowing what the fuck's going on, and you really do feel like you're Leonard Shelby. That's his character in the movie, and
You really
it's
feel like
done.
Batman.
You do, and it's so fucking well done. And every time I've watched this movie, I pick up on something I did not pick up on before. There's always an extra little clue or an extra little like thing I didn't notice, and I appreciate that about this movie so much. This movie is one of the coolest DVDs I've ever owned. This fucking DVD, it was like a patient file for him, and you'd have to like enter in little puzzles in order to just even watch the fucking movie. There was like and then all these little puzzles would open up special features and things like that. Like I said, one of the coolest DVDs I've ever owned. But my favorite fucking thing, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, we can talk spoilers later if you want, but
Oh, we will.
I'm not going to spoil anything right now. But I think there's 2 or 3 different director commentaries on here. And
Oh.
I think they're all with Nolan, and I forget if they're the same people or if it's different people with him. I'm thinking it's different people. But whenever they get to the ending to talk about the ending, in each director's commentary, Nolan changes his interpretation of the ending just to fuck with people. To me, it's so brilliant. Like, I love it. He's like, no, this is what I intended for the ending, and it's different in every single one. The fucking bastard. So
No,
it's
he
just,
knows what he's doing.
oh, he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's so great. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this movie. I could gush about it all day, but you just recently watched it. So what do you think? I know it stayed on the shelf, so that's good.
Okay, so Memento was, I think it might be like the second oldest Blu-ray that I have in my collection. I pulled it from the collection a while back. I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this in a while. Let's reevaluate it. Let's see if it's worth it. And of course, I put it on. By the way, I feel like even I know that you're trying to keep it vague. I don't feel like it's dangerous to let people know that it's a movie that plays backwards. Like, I feel like that's the easy way to get people in. So you tend to be in the same spot where he is, where he doesn't remember. So the movie is edited in a certain way where you are put in his shoes so much harder than if this movie played it straight. So I feel like that's safe to say, right?
Fair enough.
So watching this movie, I was ready to be like, okay, you know what? I remember a lot of this movie. I do. But even as I was watching it, I was still put so hard back into his shoes. Well, okay, you know what? Just because I don't want to accidentally spoil things, let's just go ahead and go super surface level and just say, I like it. It stayed on the shelf. All right. It is there. Now let's go. I'm just going to count it down. If you want to listen to this and you haven't watched the movie, God help you. You should probably go watch this. You know, it's really fucking good. We both like it. So just 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, I forgot what I used to do. I used to just spoil things at the very beginning of spoiler countdown. So I knew
Yeah,
that if they listen to this, they get fucked over immediately. So now that I already counted down, Leonard lied to himself about Teddy, and he just made Teddy his John G. So congrats. I just ruined it for you. Fuck you.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah. Don't believe Teddy's lies.
Yeah, exactly. Which in the end
Which is
was a
Leonard's
lie.
lies. Yeah. And that's the way I've always interpreted this movie, and I think that's the safest interpretation. There are actually people out there that believe that Teddy's trying to help him and telling the truth, but I don't or sorry, okay. I
Let's
mean,
go straight into it. Yeah.
the way I look at it is this. Basically, Teddy actually did help him, I think, kill
Yes.
maybe the killers originally. And then I think he realized that like this wasn't going to help him. So he
Yes.
keeps like getting other criminals. And then like he basically kind of plays like a fucked up Batman. Like he'll get these other criminals that are scumbags and get fucking Leonard to kill them and pretend that those are the guys. And then he just ends up as Leonard's target, unfortunately for Teddy. And he gets fucking got to.
That's actually pretty close to how I read it, except I don't think it's like fucked up Batman. What I tend to read it as is that okay, do you think Teddy is still a cop or no?
That's a good question. I would say no, probably by this point. I don't think so.
Okay, because part of me feels like he might still be a cop and like maybe he still has those connections to know, oh, some of these drug dealers, I could use Leonard to go fuck them over and then we can go and basically pocket this money so I can keep helping you fund, this detective game that you keep
Yeah,
playing since you
that
never
that's
remember.
kind well, that's exactly what I think. I think it's just whether he's a detective or not, that's what he's doing. He has sources some way. But yeah, he might still be a detective and getting that's how he's getting them for sure.
So I mean, like even when Teddy goes, "What? No, you get half." I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit!" I'm pretty sure that just explained right there how they're able to keep doing this over and over and over again.
Yeah. No, I absolutely I agree. Spot on. Spot on.
Yeah.
And we should mention too, since we're in spoilers now, as the entire thing going, there's a second story basically that's I believe this one's in black and white, where
Mhm,
he's talking about Sammy Jenkins, who
mhm,
is basically an old. He's saying he was an insurance agent, old insurance claim of him. It's basically the story is a parallel, and it turns out that he really is just fucking Sammy Jenkins.
mhm.
Um, and it's
Is he?
well,
Is
that's
he?
that's yeah, I mean, that's another one of the mysteries of the movie. Is he Sammy Jenkins or not? Good point. Because
I
that's never explained either. I lean towards that he is, but
yeah, no, I do too, but I also feel like there may have been
yeah,
a Sammy
there
Jenkins,
might have been. Oh
just that
yeah, at one point. Yep.
I feel like maybe he just lied to himself because he couldn't deal with the guilt of his wife
Yeah.
dying.
I love this movie because this is like when somebody points to this movie and you want to compare it with anything else in Nolan's library, and this is just what I love. I'm a big fan of movies that are just so ambiguous to them that you can kind of draw your own interpretations and conclusions, but there's really no definitive right or wrong answer. There's a bunch of different things you can look at in this movie. And that's kind of why I had a problem with The Prestige. As much as I love The Prestige and I think it's a good movie, they spell everything out for you right at the fucking end. Like they literally spoon feed you every last fucking bit of that ending. And it pisses me off because it takes any of the ambiguity out of it. And it just bothers me. But with this movie, everything is left so open ended and I love it. So good.
Okay. So, Leonard, basically him lying to himself about Teddy. So, of course, we know the entire movie. We know that eventually he does get Teddy.
Yes.
He just kind of screws himself over at this point, doesn't he? Like, at this
Yeah.
point, yeah,
Yeah, this is well, Teddy's been the one that's controlling it, right? Like
yeah.
the only reason this has been able to keep going on is because of Teddy. Without Teddy, it's all going to come crashing down. Like you got to figure that's the last one. I don't know
Mhm.
how he would keep going.
Oh wait, actually just another direction that I want to go into. That flashback at the very end where he's like, I need to believe that when I close my eyes the world is still here, and you get a flash of him laying on his bed with his wife and he has a tattoo that says I did it.
Yes.
That tattoo existed. It must have fucking existed.
I know, I know. So where did I guess did he get it removed? Like what
Yeah,
happened?
I think so. Like, I
Yeah.
really do think that he might have killed the right John G. He probably went back. He even got a tattoo. Maybe at that point is when he accidentally killed his wife. His mind just broke and was just like, even though okay, so I guess I gotta get the timeline properly. He gets he gets the amnesia, whatever. Look, I can say the actual proper term. That's too many syllables. He gets the amnesia. He then kills the right John G. He goes back to his wife. He then kills his wife, and then his mind breaks and he starts doing all of this. So, like in my mind, that's how it plays out. So I wouldn't be shocked if somehow, since that was his last memory, I wouldn't be shocked if his brain was just always set to fuck, I didn't do it. And even if he looks at his chest is like, oh wait, I did get revenge. I wouldn't be shocked if even if he sees it, he's like, fuck, I'm not satisfied. I don't think that I actually did it. So I wouldn't be shocked if maybe that's where his mind sent him. How do
Well,
you feel about that?
no, I agree with that. Like think about I mean, put yourself in his shoes. So your wife is dead now. You're blaming this John G for it, and you cannot remember getting revenge and killing somebody. But it fuels you, it angers you. That's all you can think about. Would you be satisfied if you couldn't remember that? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Yeah.
way I could be. So, I mean, not to defend his actions in the movie, but like, I get it, right? Like,
Oh
that
no, fuck
wouldn't
that,
be enough
dude!
for
It's
me.
a person who broke into his house and
Yeah,
tried to murder his wife and raped her. No, absolutely hang this man by his fucking balls using a
right.
club spike.
Exactly. And you finally did that. You got your revenge, and you don't fucking remember it. Mm. Mm.
Dude, that picture of him just smiling and pointing at his chest.
Oh, I know.
By the way,
It's
what
good.
I
But
love. Oh, go
Guy
on.
Pearce, so good in this movie.
Yes.
So
It
good.
honestly pisses me off that Guy Pearce didn't get involved. No, I don't know. It pisses me off that all three of these people didn't get involved with the mafia that Nolan started creating with a
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, they're all amazing actors. Guy Pearce, Carrie Ann Moss, Joey P. Pants.
Joey Pants.
They're Joey Pants. They're great actors. I would love to see them, especially Guy Pearce, man. Like the fact that he has not been involved in any other Nolan movie, criminal in my opinion. Because I think Guy Pearce is a criminally underrated actor as well. I think he's very good, and especially in this role, he is just outstanding in this one.
You're gonna hate this. The last. Okay, no. No, no. Okay, never mind. The statement I was gonna say that was gonna piss you off was the last big movie he was in was Iron Man 3.
Man, it's probably not wrong.
But apparently, oh no, never mind. That doesn't count. He was uncredited in Alien Covenant, but he was in Mary Queen of Scots, and while that isn't that big of a movie, it was a big movie in the indie scene. So fine, all right, that one counts. But yeah, it's actually kind of wrong that Guy Pearce just has not seemed to have a career relative to his skills. Wait a minute, hold on. He was in Mayor of Easttown. Okay, you know what? Good for him. Have you heard of Mayor of Easttown or no?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I have heard of it.
All I know is that Mayor of Easttown apparently got like a good amount of love at the not the Oscars, the Academy Awards this year. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Good for them. Good for Kate Winslet. I'm so happy for you. And then now that I see that Guy Pearce was in it, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Good for you. That's a win for you too.
Yeah, there hasn't like I'm looking at his filmography now. There's not a ton in there since Iron Man 3. Like I mean, before that he was in Lawless, which I really enjoyed. Prometheus, which I fucking love, but obviously that's
Wait
definitely a
a minute. Wait a
controversial
minute.
one.
He was Peter Whalen in both of
Yes.
them. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Weird.
Then even dating back, one of my favorite movies he was in was LA Confidential back in
Oh yeah.
1987. That's
Shit.
another one.
I
But he
even
was great
watched
in that
that.
too. So he's been in a lot of movies I've really enjoyed. Memento is obviously my favorite though. Like that's a hard role to pull off. That's not an easy fucking role to pull off,
Yeah, no
and he does it
kidding.
in spades. One other thing I want to mention too, I was talking about the DVD stuff earlier. One of the cool things too is you can literally actually enter in a code and watch the movie in chronological order, which I think is neat. Does not nearly work
Yeah, nope.
nearly as well as the edited version, but still neat.
No, I just love the idea that you have the climax in the middle of the movie and you just
Yeah,
keep going. It's like now we're just going through the motions. We
yeah, it's strange. Oh, and the movie's genuinely funny too. Like that one part where he's like, "Am I chasing him or is he chasing me?" And the guy shoots him. He's like, "Okay, I'm being
no, he's
chased."
chasing me.
Like there's some genuinely funny moments in the movie too.
He
So
says it so fucking monotone. I love it.
it's so like the delivery is perfect on that. So good.
Dude, I love whenever he wakes up on well, okay, yeah, no, he does wake up. Whenever he wakes up on the bathroom and he's just like, I don't feel drunk.
Yeah, it's so
I
good.
love that he showers in this man's hotel. Imagine being Dodd. Imagine you get into your hotel room, you hear the shower going, and you just have a naked man come out and start beating you down. You're like, dude, this day's the fucking worst, okay?
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. And yeah, we barely talked about her, but Carrie Ann Moss is in this too, and she's tremendous. She's
Dude,
fantastic.
oh my
Um,
god. What I
yeah.
love more than anything else is that the entire movie you just change scene from scene of how you should feel about her. First off,
Yes.
you're like, "Oh man, she's a good person. Oh man, she's a fucking dick. You're an asshole." And
Yeah,
then you
it'll
find out, "Oh, Guy Pearce stole your boyfriend's clothes that you saw him earlier in the day and showed up in his fucking car and is just looking at you like, hey, yeah, I was supposed to be here with the note that you gave your boyfriend." And you're just like, okay, yeah, you know what? Completely deserved. Go ahead, Carrie Ann Moss. Spit in that cup even
spit in that
harder.
cup. Yeah, It's they play with her character so well. It's
By the way, just one thing I noticed in the credits, I didn't know that Wally Pfizer was like this long working with Nolan. Wait,
yes,
do you know who?
and
Oh, yeah, so
I
you
do.
do.
Yes, he's an amazing cinematographer. I love
Uh,
his work.
so people, of course, because you probably don't know, because if you're listening to this, you know me, and if I know you, you don't know what cinematography is. You fucking bastards. Memento, cinematography. Wally Pfizer is the cinematographer on, I think, like almost all of Christopher Nolan's movies. Does that sound right? Hold on.
He is cinematographer
Memento, Insomnia, Batman
until
Begins, The
till The Dark
Prestige,
Knight Rises.
no, no. Oh. Up until The Dark Knight Rises.
Up until
Okay.
The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, yeah. I think he does
Okay.
everything.
Okay. That's a shame. I wonder what happened afterwards. Okay. Oh, well, whatever.
I know he decided to do his own thing and started directing movies for a little bit, and now I think he might be retired, if I recall. So
Dude, that movie fucking. I heard that movie that he first directed fucking sucked.
yeah, I know, yeah, he should stick to
Transcendence.
cinematography.
Dude, Transcendence is always hilarious because to me, it just always looked like they were like, okay, Johnny Depp, we want you in our movie. And he's just like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, no, 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 look. You can stay at home, get into your closet, get on the green screen, and just talk. And he's gonna be like, okay, sure, cool. And they send him over the MP4s and like, fuck, we should have probably given him more direction. Oh, well, he already got his money. Just fucking put it in the movie and figure out how to make it work. I'm sorry, Wally.
You give me bad reviews combined with Johnny Depp, I'm out. That's enough for me. I'm done.
There is a theory that I've had with this movie the more that I've watched it, and every single time it solidifies for me. So I'm going to give you a question and I want to see how you answer it.
Sure.
Have you ever thought about how Leonard ends up resetting? So I have a theory that loud noises trigger him to
Yes.
reset.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you
Yes.
picked up on
This is
that.
the thing.
Cool.
This is the thing. No, that's absolutely correct. I think it is.
Okay, because like of course there is the trash can closing whenever Carrie Ann Moss closes the trash can.
Yeah.
There's her dropping the cup. There's the car door. There's so many loud noises that end up cutting the scene that end up being the reset point where I wouldn't be shocked if it's something that is part of the trauma for whenever he actually got his head smacked into the wall. That now just a loud noise is prone to trigger him to reset.
Yeah, well, that's like when you get that loud head smack. That's basically when it starts. That's the first thing, right? So
Yeah,
I bang on, bang on. I think it's definitely been mentioned before, and I do remember that. Again, I don't think it's ever been fully confirmed, but again,
it
Nolan's
has
never
to
going
be
to fully
though.
confirm any of his shit, right? He's just going to leave it ambiguous. But I think that's absolutely correct. So,
What else? Is there anything else? Because I hate this. There's so much good
oh,
about this movie that I feel like I'm forgetting stuff.
literally, like every Nolan movie. I mean, you don't agree with this, but for me personally, every Nolan movie, I could do a special episode on because there's so much shit in there to talk to me about. Let me see. Is there anything we're forgetting about Memento specifically? Oh well, I mean, okay, we both hate reading, but it is based off a short story by Jonathan Nolan, his brother, Memento Mori. Heard it's good,
I
but
miss
fuck reading.
Jonathan Nolan so much.
I know, I do too, man. I do. I agree with you. I
No,
wish.
you
I
don't.
wish. It,
No, you don't.
I do though. I wish they would get back together. I really do because whenever they work together, I mean, you have this and you have Inception, which are two of my favorite things, and I think Interstellar too, which again I love. So
Which we can agree on Interstellar.
and Inception. You like Inception too, don't you?
I know, but the thing is that people are more polarized on Inception that I feel like it matters if I say that we're to. Oh no, sorry. People are more
Oh,
polarized when it comes to
Interstellar.
Interstellar that I feel like it makes more sense to say that.
Fair.
Like,
I don't.
who doesn't like Inception unless
That's true.
you're five head or something? Like, I don't know
That
what's
that
wrong with you.
that's true. That's true. You're right. Interstellar, and to some extent, I can understand people's complaints about Interstellar, but I don't know. There's a lot of good in that movie for me that just overrides it.
Like I said,
Um,
I'm willing to sacrifice plot for character all the time, and that
yeah,
final third act is sacrificing plot for character.
yeah. Like, hold on. I'm going to send you something quick here because
Oh
you need to
yes,
see
yes.
this. This is cool. So this is like literally a screenshot from the DVD menu. And it's like obviously none of you can see it, but it's like you literally have to go through and select objects and like select them in certain orders just to fucking access the movie and do shit in it. It's just so cool.
Okay, I'm gonna try and describe it. What it looks like is if you were to try and it looks like if you were trying to test someone on memory, it reads, examine the set of objects below. Select the objects from this set that were not shown to you previously. It looks like you would have to select those things, obviously, and I assume that in the DVD menu you would have to test out and you'd have to select the right things to get to the menu.
Yeah, to get certain things, right? So like if you collected it,
Ah,
if you click things in a certain order, it would basically start the movie, or would start the movie in chronological order, or things like that. And I believe I want to say there was like a little guide or hint in the DVD book itself, but yeah, it was so cool.
that's insane, and I can already tell that I'd be so annoyed.
Oh, yeah. If you just wanted to watch the movie, you probably wouldn't like it too much. But I mean, it was a special edition. Like you didn't. There was obviously a standard DVD and shit, and I have a standard Blu-ray for it too. But give me a fucking Memento. I was gonna say a Steelbook. There is one, but it's fucking expensive. But give me a Memento 4K cut, please.
Anything else before we move on? I don't know.
No, I think that's good, man. Like I said, we could literally do a whole special episode on it, but in the context of the show, I think we've explained quite a bit, and it's a fantastic movie. Please, 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 if you've never seen this and you're somewhat interested, definitely check this out.
All right, Memento is gonna be it got on the shelf out of 10.
Yeah, that's a prestigious rating right there.
Mhm.
It's my third favorite movie of all time. So I mean, it's amazing.
You
So
hate it.
third favorite movie out of yeah, exactly. Third favorite movie of all time out of 10.
All right, that'll work. Is that it for movies? Yes. Yes, I think it is. Okay, let's go into games. Do you have a whole bunch that you want to knock out immediately? Because I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah. Do you want to just like bounce back and forth between? I've got a couple things to say about a couple of these, but not too much. So
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just bounce back and forth for the
sure,
ones that we just gonna drop a little info on and then move on.
sure.
So,
Okay, cool.
first off, I have Haven. Haven is a small little indie game that I assume is a relationship simulator between two characters, and honestly, I don't really know what it is yet. I just played it a little bit on Switch because I yo-hoed it to figure out if I wanted to buy the limited run edition. I liked it. The soundtrack was great. The art style is great. I really don't understand what the gameplay is yet, but it is fluid enough that I am happy with it. So I bought it on limited run games and will get to me in like 4 months. And honestly, I'm itching to have already played it. So it's going to be a long wait, but not really because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget about it really quickly. But Haven, very good. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, it's from the same developers that made Fury, Furi. So if you know that one, you kind of know what Haven looks like. Anything about this before we move on?
Two things. One, I find that hilarious because from what I've heard of Haven, what I've heard of Fury, they sound like completely different games.
Very.
So that's funny. And two, I actually really want to play this too. It's on my Xbox Game Pass list to play. So
What?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's free on there, right?
No, I
It's free.
never.
But it looks
Free,
really
free,
good.
free, free.
Yeah, free, triggered. But it looks really good. So I actually want to check that out. I've had a friend of mine recommend that to me. He said it's a really good game, so definitely one I plan on checking out too eventually. It's on my list.
It is a very charming game from what little I've played. I'm going to go ahead and give it a Danger soundtrack out of 10. By the way, the artist's name is Danger who did the soundtrack. So it's not Danger, like dangerous soundtrack. No, like the artist's name is Danger. So Danger soundtrack out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a check it out eventually out of 10.
Good enough. Okay, go ahead for yours.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Life is Strange: True Colors.
Okay, I'm going to
Now I
hang
don't have.
myself.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll keep it brief. So I actually have as I like to call it, a love and empathy cast with my good friend Straw Hat Ninja, who he does the Weebs of the Corn podcast. If you're at
Wait,
all
hold on.
weeb, you should check it
We
out.
need to tie. We need to tie it back. He was the person that did the 13 Sentinels
Yes.
podcast with us like 17 years ago.
Yes, feels like 17 years ago, doesn't it? That was
Correct.
not originally supposed to be a special episode, but turned into a special episode, like I said.
This is why I don't plan shit properly.
Yeah, I heard. How did you mismanage the Lord of the Ring movie so bad? I forgot to ask that. I wanted to know. Ask that.
Wait, okay. Define mismanage.
But they're so long. You know this. So how did you time it so you only go through 3/4 of the first disc of Two Towers?
Okay, look, because okay, the thing is that okay, the timeline is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday we were going to have our flight like at 6 a.m., right? And then I thought that Tuesday we would pack. So then Wednesday, immediately once she got off of work and then I got off of work, we would just take a nap as soon as we both got home. Well, she got home. You know, I would wait for her. And then we'd wake up and like it would be like a short nap and then watch all of them. However, I am dumb and just for some reason don't remember that 12 hours is 12 hours. Okay, I think what it is for me is that 12 hours in my head was more like oh, 12 hours. You mean like 12 episodes. So 45. Look, I don't understand. Okay. This is the closest thing I have to my mental logic. I'm
All
fucking
right.
dumb. Okay.
All
So I
right.
was like, oh, it's 12 45-minute episodes. And then I get here. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're real ass 4 hours. Fuck.
All right. All right. Fair enough. That explains it. Not really,
I'm
but
dumb.
all right.
The answer.
Yeah, there's the explanation. All right. I mean, I'm terrible at time too, so I don't blame you.
Respect.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So I go into detail of Strat. So if you have any interest in this game, feel free to check that out. That'll be out in a couple of months, probably at some point, but down the line. But I
You
will
son
say,
of a bitch, Straw Hat. God damn it. I was going to be like, oh, I'll link it here. But now you get no chance of linking, okay? Fuck you, Straw Hat. How dare you?
I love this game though. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's my second favorite game of the year so
I
far.
hate you so
Uh,
much for that statement. God
it,
damn it.
there are very few games I play that I have a smile or like literally that GIF I send of like Alex with all the emotions. I
I
literally
hate
felt
it.
all those
Hate it.
emotions playing the game. It's
Fucking
so
hate
good.
it. Hate
But
it. Oh
yeah,
my
I was.
god, this is burning me right now.
It was just so much love and empathy to go around in that game, and
Oh,
it made me happy. I teared up 5 times
I
in that game. I
hate
counted it
this.
5 times.
I hate
I had some
this.
welled up tears in my eyes. The biggest for my boy Ducky. Shout out Ducky, man! What a great
Oh,
character.
oh.
Love my boy Ducky so much. Yeah, it was an outstanding experience. It's actually topped went ahead of Resident Evil Village for me in my top 5 games of the year so far. So it's not on the same level as Returnal, but it's second place for me right now. Just a phenomenal experience, and I even ended up liking it more than the first game. And I have a lot of really positive feelings and emotions about that first game. I will say the ending wasn't as strong as the first game, but just the characters and the world and the lore they build here, it was so much better. Like the writing is better in this game. Shout out to Ryan Clement, man, great fucking writer. IGN
Okay, I'll
vote.
shout out to Ryan Clements just because I love that man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he's a good man. But yeah, so I'll stop torturing it now. That's if you want to hear more, go on there. Great game.
I just I don't know what makes me more mad. Is it happiness? Is it the fact that it's your happiness, or is it the fact that this game is supposedly positive? I don't know, and I think it vacillates between which one I'm more mad about.
The answer is yes.
Exact. There you go. There you go. You're starting to pick up on that line.
Yeah, I got it now. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and score it 8.5 out of 10.
I fucking hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. You know what? I'm just gonna focus on a different direction of my anger. I give it a weeb out of 10.
There you go. That'll work. I mean, it's gonna be on Weebs of the Cord, so it
Why
fits.
the fuck do I just bully weeb so badly?
Oh fuck, I hear you, man. They're very believable. So
Dude, I think it's just my middle school years. Like I feel like if I didn't get into anime around there, like I wouldn't be as harsh on anime as I am.
fair. All right, that was very positive. So do you got something you hate next?
Pray. No.
Oh,
I'm not. I can't.
oh,
That
that
was
hurt.
that,
That hurt.
that was meaner than I wanted it to be. Ah,
Oh,
fuck.
that hurt.
No,
That
no.
hurt so
Okay,
bad.
look. I'm not going to talk about Prey yet, okay? God damn it. I want to because I said that, I feel like I need to go into Prey now
Fuck
to
it. No, let's
explain
do pray.
myself.
Fuck it. Let's do
No,
pray.
no, 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 no. I mean, I look. How about this? I will speed through the next shit so we.
All
No,
right.
no, no. I'm not even going to. Okay, we're just gonna keep the same fucking order back and forth. Okay,
All
I'm
right.
just gonna
Go.
let the
Go.
prey joke sit now. It's gonna fester and it's gonna annoy both of us. God damn it. Halo Infinite tech test.
Yeah.
Green Man shoot, and it's fun. Thank
John
God. There's
Halo
a chance
Infinite.
that this might be good. Yes, John Halo Infinite. I try to play this shit and try to stream it, and my beefy ass PC that should
Oh.
totally be able to handle it. 343 fucked it up and started crashing my computer to where the image for Halo Infinite would not load until I clicked a different program and then click back on Halo Infinite. So I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10. John Halo Infinite, shoot, very nice, but crash my computer. Fuck you, John Halo. Fuck you, 343. I hate all of you. You made Halo 5. Fuck off.
Ed, how many times do I have to say this? It's not 343. It's not your computer. Phil is on to the fact that you keep saying he has no games. Now, I know this is true, but you are exposing the biggest secret in Xbox history, and he's not going to take it lying down. You need to stop.
Okay,
He's going to
what?
kill you.
This is gonna be a shout out to all the Xbox out there. Halo Gears Forza, Halo Gears Forza, Halo Gears Forza. Phil out here giving you the same slop over and over and over again, but except there's no games, okay? Every single time that you boot up Halo, nah, man, that's a fucking YouTube video from 2007, okay? You want to play Gears? Nah, that ain't fucking real. All right, Forza, you want to drive a car? Dude, drive a real car in real life, you fucking idiot. Absolute idiots. Moronic. Phil Spencer, get at your boy. Come for me.
Shout out to Andreas, the level-headed gamer.
I I really did create a podcast just to piss everyone off, didn't I?
Oh man. All right, we should probably move on.
I really should rename this show to just
Oh,
shit posting.
God. Yeah, no shit. I give it a I'll never play the multiplayer out of 10, but I'm excited for the campaign. Please don't fuck it up. 343 out of 10.
They're gonna fuck it up. At
Oh, no,
least
fuck.
the shooty will be fun.
Yeah, I mean, just please don't be as bad as Halo 5. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't. If Infinite's campaign is even close to as bad as Halo 5, that this series will be dead to me. So I will be done.
No, okay, no, close. If it's even as half as bad as Halo 5, is that still successful?
Fuck. Maybe. It's so bad, so maybe. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Because that's the thing. If it's that bad, and if it goes half, then that means
Yeah.
at least oh wow, that's a really market improvement at least.
No, that's true. Fuck. Yeah, you might be right.
Okay, at least because I was shit posting way too much there, I'm positive on Halo Infinite. I like the shooty shoot. It feels really good. That's all I got. Are we going on now?
Yeah, let's go on. You got another one you want to throw on there? Because I got a few
Yeah.
things to say about the next ones, but if you got another one you jam in, go ahead.
Okay, got it. I got two more that I need to kick out.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves. I was playing Prey the other day, which yeah, I'm sorry. I was playing Prey and I was still not enjoying myself. And I had Ben Smith of Handsome Phantom fame and of Sacred Symbols fame and Last Stand Media and all that. Jesus Christ, this man just has so many credentials. He had a stream of Sea of Thieves as he does. Ben is handsome if you want it. There you go. Boom. Free advertisement. Okay. So Jesus Christ, I really should be getting paid for this shilling. I've shilled what, 2 or 3 things now? Whatever. So he was playing Sea of Thieves, and because I was playing Prey, I was just like, man, I'm not feeling this. And he was like, I'm playing Sea of Thieves. You want to join me? Hey, you haven't joined me yet. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll drop Prey. I played Sea of Thieves. And of course, I leaned into it where I just was shit posting anytime that I talked to any other people. Of course, I refer to Ben always as yes, Captain, and no, Captain, right? And of course, anytime that we talk to other people, I, for some reason, decided to do a Harley Quinn voice. So whenever we talk to people, he would be like, hey, how's it going? And be like, oh no, what was it? People got onto our boat, and I was like, oh honey, you should have told us if you were bringing company. I'm sorry, my husband never tells me if anything's coming. Let me go ahead and get something on the stove right away. Like, I don't know
When
why
was this?
I don't know, a couple days ago.
I'm so sad I missed this stream. I'm so sad.
So I don't know why that was the character I was going for. I think I just love the idea that they got onto the ship and I didn't know, so I just was pretending like Ben invited them without my knowledge. And then I don't remember what it was. I think I just kept pretending to be that character. So I think at some point that pirate that got on there killed me, and I was like, "Oh, honey, you did that on mistake, right?" Like, I don't know why this is what was going through my mind. And eventually Ben murdered him and I helped him too. And I was like, oh, honey, are you okay? Who did that to you? We can get him if you want. Like, I don't know why this is the character I went for, but I'm going to give Sea of Thieves a trolling out of 10.
I'm going to give that a what the fuck did I just listen to out of 10.
I mean,
By the way, just unironically for a second, Sea of Thieves is actually really fun. I think it's a fun game. I don't really do multiplayer shit anymore, but if I did, that would be one I'd fuck around with more. Fun game if you have people to play with.
Correct. I mean, that's pretty much most multiplayer games. You have people to go with. They're going to be one of the greatest times ever.
You got it.
Okay, so Sea of Thieves, that's out of the way. Voice of Cards demo. This is how little I've been playing games that I don't even have a fucking demo completed, okay? Like, so Voice of Cards, it's the next Yoko Taro project, so of course I'm going to fucking talk about it. It is a demo. It is on Switch, the entire Nintendo conference that happened recently. I honestly don't remember what happened on it because as soon as I saw Yoko Taro, I was like, well, that wins the show for me. I don't care anymore. I downloaded it as immediately as I could, and I played it, and it already made me laugh. It is a card game that leans in super hard to the fact that it's a card game. Everything in the game is a card. The entire game takes place on a fucking table, and I'm honestly impressed that I'm enjoying myself as much as I have. It's not going to be like probably a great game, but the fact that Yoko Taro is always willing to do something different, I will be very happy with regardless of what this game is, because I can already tell that this one has his signature style to it of he always wants games to be different. And as I've mentioned in the fucking 12 hours that I recorded for Jesus Christ, that's I am 1 hour off of how much I talked about Nier than all three of the Lord of the Rings. Jesus Christ. In those 11 hours that I put into Nier, at least from my studies, I realized that Yoko Taro's main desire when it comes to developing games is that he always wants players to be on their toes and not to be doing the same thing, the same 5-minute loop for 10 hours or plus. So the fact that he chose to do a card game stuck as a card game makes me wonder, okay, if this is the boundaries that he's putting himself in, what is he going to do with this? I'm very happy. The music, you can easily tell that he still got Ketchi Okabe out for it. I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, so I don't like, obviously I haven't tried this. The only thing I'll really have to say about this is kind of funny because I was watching whose was it? I think it was Dustin's stream for
Yep, same.
The Nintendo event.
Uh,
And right
Dustin
away,
Can Fly on Twitch. Again, I'm fucking shilling because I like these people. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? No, hold on. That's recorded and they can hear that. I fucking hate both of you. I can't stand either of you. There we go.
yeah, fuck you guys. Um but I really I think so that game showed up and Dustin was like, "Oh man, this sounds like a Yoko Taro game. This sounds like a Yoko Taro game." And sure enough, it was Yoko Taro's game because you could
Dude,
just tell from the
I
fucking
heard it.
music right away that it was a Yoko
Exactly.
Taro game.
You know
But
me.
no,
As soon as
oh
I
yeah,
heard the music, I was like, and Dustin
I'm in.
himself said it. I was like typing immediately. I was like, it is. I know this shit already. It feels like whenever you go into a quiz show and they have a one question that you know you're an expert on, you're like, fucking hit the buzzer immediately.
Um, I actually really like card games. Slay the Spire is one of my favorite independent games of all time. That's a card game. So I'm actually excited to check that out. I might actually even try the demo at some point. So
So right now, I'm gonna give it a come on. It's fucking Yoko Taro. Like, what do you expect from me out of 10?
yeah, I'll give it a. Ed's going to be obsessed with this and talk about this for the next 10 years on this show out of 10.
I don't know if it's gonna be my next 10-year obsession. Honestly, I'm just gonna be happy that it exists more than anything
There,
else.
there you go.
Mhm.
All right. I'll jump into something now. Then I guess
Yeah.
got the bangers of the way. Let's do Undertale. Talk a little bit about Undertale.
Okay.
The Toby Fox independent game released back in 2015. Toby Fox
Mhm.
Studios. I don't know if that's the name of the studio. I'm just making it up. Yeah, so Undertale. So here's the thing with Undertale. I've always wanted to try it, so I got it on Switch. I'm playing it very slowly. Basically, I have a mainline game I play and then a Switch game on the side. And the Switch game on the side is usually like an hour a night, if that. And I'll just kind of get to it in between games or something like that. The last one I did was Phoenix Wright 3, so Undertale's been the next one since then. I had a lot of people tell me not to play Undertale. And A, I don't really like indie games. B, I find that I was not a big fan of Earthbound, a very famous Japanese role playing game for the Super Nintendo system. And everyone's like, this game is so similar to Earthbound.
Oh,
If you
wait,
do not
hold
like
on,
Earth,
hold on.
sorry.
Thing. I understand that they're casual. God, I really need to stop insulting the people who are listening to this. Look, all of you know that I'm just fucking with you. I'm definitely insulting you, but like, I feel like even with this one, I feel like this might be too much that I'm insulting you for one episode. So I'm gonna break character for a little bit and just say that for a second, okay? But we're gonna give you the casual touchstone, which is Ness from Smash Bros. He's from Earthbound. There you go. Continue.
Correct. Yes. And good old Ness. That's my favorite part about him is him and Smash because I really don't like Earthbound. Anyways,
Mhm.
but this is good. I've actually really enjoyed this so far. Now I'm very early and still, although I guess I'm a couple out, like 3-4 hours in now. It's a 10-hour game, so actually I'm a bit more into it than I thought.
Mm.
But yeah, I've been genuinely enjoying this. And the thing that's shocking me the most about this game, there's a lot of games that I play them and I'm like, it's cute. They try to be funny, but that's what they're getting. They get a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
South Park: The Stick of Truth is one of the games that genuinely made me laugh. Like
Yes.
that game, I genuinely fucking laughed at, and I'm getting some of those same genuine laughs in this game. Like there is some good fucking comedy in this game, and it's surprising me. I wasn't expecting that. It's fucking funny. you put the music on top of it, absolutely slaps. Like it's just a classic kind of NES BitTune soundtrack, but it goes hard. Like it's really well done. Some crazy puzzles in this game that are just so kind of zany and random and just stuff like you would never think of. And then I am such a fan of games that let you go through without killing anyone. If I get a
Yep.
game where you can go through Deus Ex Human Revolution, I'll never forget. I beat that entire fucking game without killing anyone, and I didn't get the fucking achievement. And I was pissed off. And then I found out that the fucking tutorial guard did count it, and if you killed him, you got fucked. And I was so mad at that. But
Dude, I killed 2 people on accident in that game. I was just like, no. I think
oh,
what it was is that I think I got one of the powers where you can break a wall, and I broke a wall
oh.
and murdered a man on the other side. I was like, no.
I didn't ask for this.
I never asked for this. I didn't ask for this third-degree murder charge.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking. But anyways, I love games like that. In Undertale, you have a specific decision not to kill anyone. And it's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. I've had to look up a guide a couple times because it's kind of obtuse sometimes on how you do it. But it's great. Like, for instance, you get this dog and this dog's trying to kill you. Oh, you got to pet him twice and then roll around in the mud with him and then you can spare him. Like, it's so random. Every single enemy is different on how you do it. But there's so much charm and creativity in the game. It's great. I'm loving it so far.
Now, Undertale. I guess there's only really 2 touchstones that I have here. One, I just know that I was going to get to it eventually. The fact that this game just kind of sounds like it breeds itself off of creativity, that just does make me happy. 2 is that I think Dustin had tried to give me, sorry, Dustin can fly again, shilling again, blah, 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 blah. I hate you guys, but also I'm shilling for you guys, so you know what that means. So he had given me that as a recommendation. I think it was along with Evangelion, where he's just like, that was the double barrel recommendation. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And even though Evangelion technically isn't something that I can bring myself to like, because goddamn, is that pacing just horrible? At the very least, at the end, it still gave me some shit that I don't regret having seen. So he still has credibility. I think Undertale's going to be the one where it's like, fuck, you might understand my taste, huh? So, Undertale, I keep looking at it. I realized that I had it yohoed on Switch so I can figure out if I wanted to buy it. And then whenever the Vita store was going to close, I was like, well, fuck. I feel like if I want to play this game, I might want it handheld.
Yeah.
So I just straight up went up and bought it. And then the Vita store didn't close. So I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, well.
Bless you, Jim.
Nut up or shut up time, and I nutted up. So yeah, I have it on my Vita. I'm gonna figure out whenever the hell I play it. All I know is that I am looking forward to it whenever I get to it, especially since I've heard some of the tracks on there. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, they're great. And you know what's crazy? Fucking the guy who developed the game, he did it
Yeah,
himself.
yeah,
Like he
dude.
did
Toby
all
Fox
the
did
music
everything.
himself. Like what a fucking like full props to that guy, man. Because if I tried to do any of this, I'd fall fucking flat on my face, scratch my face, break an eye off, and fucking end up dead. This guy fucking just develops his whole game from scratch, makes a whole fucking amazing soundtrack, and it's not just a soundtrack; it slaps so hard.
Yes.
So God bless this man. God bless Toby Fox, because I'm very impressed with this. I'm not a big independent game guy, but Jesus Christ,
No,
this
you're
game's
not.
good so far. So I'm very impressed. This is like if it continues on this path, like this will actually probably be one of my favorite independent games of all time. And it was hype too. Like there was a lot of hype behind
Yeah.
this game, but it's living up to it so far. So I'm very pleased with it.
Dude, I don't remember. Okay, no, hold on. I'm gonna Google this one. Undertale wins best game ever. There we go. Okay. I remember this being a controversy years ago where GameFAQs had a. Oh, actually, not so different. You remember the IGN best game ever list that
Oh
just.
God,
Yeah.
yes.
So this happened 6 years ago where GameFAQs did the
I
same
remember.
thing. And
Yeah,
Undertale
did
beat
Undertale win?
Ocarina of Time like at a 90% versus 10%. Yeah,
Ooh.
and everyone was like, "What the fuck happened?" Oh wait,
Ah,
hold on. Holy shit. Okay, Undertale won head-to-head polls against Super Mario World, Super Mario
Jesus
64,
Christ. Jesus
Pokemon Red
Christ.
and Blue, and
Jesus
Fallout
Christ.
3.
Wow. Well, I don't know if one of those things are like the other, but
Oh yeah, no,
wow,
no,
still,
no, I agree. But think of it like
but
this: it's
still,
2015, like, and this was before. I think this was before Fallout 4, so people were
yeah,
still riding high
yeah,
on their
for sure.
memories of Fallout 3.
Fallout 3, to clarify, it's not a bad game. It's just not quite on the level
It's
of those
not.
other games.
Yeah, seriously,
Um,
it's like you got Ocarina of Time, you got Mario 64, you got Super Mario World, and you
yeah,
got Fallout 3.
yeah. Sorry, Todd. Yeah. Okay. But those tournaments are so fucking stupid. Jesus
Yes,
Christ. God, they're
that
dumb.
kind of proves it, doesn't it?
Fucking GTA 5 fucking knocking out fucking. I'm not even a Portal 2 fan, but I think GTA 5 knocked out Portal 2. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus
GTA
Christ.
5 isn't even the best one in the
I
series.
know it's not. It's not even close to the best one in the series. 4 is better than it. Vice City is better than it. San Andreas is better than it.
And then GTA 5 exists because GTA Online.
Eh, shout out to Radic. Anyways.
No,
Um,
I'm striking that from the record.
you won't
I'm
listen,
not
don't
going to
worry.
because I want that to be in the joke. Like, I want to really strike it, but because I've already said this and I
Yeah.
want the joke to make sense, I'm
Yeah.
really
You're good.
fucking myself over, aren't I?
Yeah. Fuck. Anyways, Undertale. Great.
Yes, Undertale.
Fun. Love it. Check it out.
Undertale. Vita out of 10. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah.
hold on. No. I have another touchstone. I
Oh,
kept telling myself
shoot.
that I wanted to start Undertale, but the problem is that every time I turn on my Vita, I realize that I have it left on Final Fantasy IV to remind myself,
Oh,
no, you fucking idiot, finish
right.
Final Fantasy IV. So, yeah, that's my other thing. I really want to get to Undertale already, but every time I turn it on, I'm like, fuck, I still have Final Fantasy IV. I'm not going to start another game, goddammit.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Sorry, I just spilled glasses cleaner all over myself. So yeah, that's
Yes,
awesome. Just give me a
yes.
sec here.
Sniff it
Yeah, go,
up.
go ahead.
Fucking gargle it while you're at it.
Fucking hell,
It'll
man.
clean your
Okay.
insides.
Yeah, right. Anyways.
Dude, you were almost in danger of getting COVID, okay? Gargle it. It might help.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck. Thanks, Trump.
Okay, so Undertale, did you give it a temporary score or no?
Temporary score would be a fuck that music slaps hard. Hopefully this holds up throughout the entire rest of the game at a time.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to Persona 5 Strikers since I'm pretty sure I can hold that and talk about it a little. You can take that time to clean up because I don't know how long I'm going to really take on this one. Persona 5 Strikers. You bought the steelbook for that and it came with a copy. And of course, me being your drug dealer when it comes to steelbooks, whenever it comes by here, it was already an open copy. And pretty much the last time that I had bought an open copy for someone, the game was fucking Near Automata. So at this point, if someone hands me an open copy of a game that I'm going to hand off to them at some point, I'm probably going to try it. Just you never know. So I played Persona 5 Strikers, and no, no, this is not my scene. I'm actually kind of impressed how quickly it noped me out, considering that a lot of it looks and feels so much like a Persona game until you get to the gameplay. But man, this felt so off. This really felt like obviously what it is. It's an IP handed to a different developer. Even they have the same like assets, I assume, or same some of the people at Atlas probably giving them ideas like, hey, this is how you need to do. Hey, here's are the notes of what you need to do with these characters. Even through all this, I felt just so off being back where all these people was like, I don't think I should be around you guys. This didn't feel right. It felt like my dog died and then they revived it. And then I got to the gameplay itself and I was like, man, I really okay. Skill Up. Skill Up is a YouTuber. He reviews games. I remember specifically a tweet that he sent out whenever this game came out. He's like, "Yeah, man, this combat reminds me of Final Fantasy VII remake," and I was like, "Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe I do want to try this game." He is so fucking wrong. I don't
Look,
know
I, I,
where the
I
hell he pulled
love
that
I
shit.
love Skill Up. I love Skill Up. I don't know what he was smoking with that one though.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea because the whole point of Final Fantasy VII Remake is that the actual in-game combat really doesn't matter. It's there just to build up ATB to do the actual actions that matter. Persona 5 I was about to say I was about to say the preferred game, which is Royal. No, Persona 5 Strikers on the other hand is literally just okay, your main attack if you didn't want to use your magic is going to be just real action now. That's it. And then you still have magic points that are limited as fuck. And I was like, man, this is not it. This is absolutely not it. And I
Yeah.
got 48 minutes, and once it hit a save, and I was just like, man, I think I'm just gonna listen to this soundtrack like on Spotify or something, and then never touch this game. Like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Strikers. I finished it earlier in the year. I really enjoyed it overall. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Spoiler. But it's all on the story. Like the gameplay could not be more monotonous and mundane to me. That doesn't bother me though, and that would definitely bother somebody like you a lot more than it would me. For me, the story absolutely carries it, and there's a really good story to be had there. It's basically the only sequel to Persona 5 will ever get. But yeah, the gameplay itself, I mean, not it. And Final Fantasy VII Remake is kind of the opposite for me. I hold the story dear to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but the gameplay in that game is fucking fire. It's so good. And to compare it to Strikers is weird to me because Strikers could not be more mundane and boring to me.
All right, Persona 5 Strikers. I'm gonna give it a. I lasted 48 minutes out of 10. What the fuck did you expect? I
Yeah.
can't. You're not okay. Did you love these? Did you feel any jarriness going from Royal into this, like between the characters, or no? Or
No, I didn't actually. I thought it was smooth.
okay, that's fucking. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bitter now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
maybe I mean, Royal's nearly a perfect game for me, so it didn't need anything else. No, so maybe that's it.
Okay, no, you're probably right because, like, honestly, I played Persona 5. I then played Persona 5 Royal, so I've already gotten two endings with these characters.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. You're probably just done with that universe, which I don't blame you.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. Okay, all right. Is there any others that you need to knock off the list before we start getting into the shit that actually is going to get discussion?
Yeah, I got two. So,
Okay.
Lost Judgment. I'll talk about that first.
Okay.
Um, the latest game from Ryuga Gotoku Studios, RGG Studios from Sega.
Oh, of course, those guys.
They're the creators of the Yakuza franchise, so they made all the Yakuza games, and Judgment, which is the spin-off to Yakuza.
Hmm.
Look, I don't want to come across overly negative, but
It's
Lost
passive
Judgment.
pixels. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Maybe I do. It's disappointing for me though. This was one of my most anticipated games of the year. Judgment's a fantastic game. Like I love Judgment. That was my second or third favorite game of 2019. Went completely under the radar for me. I like it more than a lot of the mainline Yakuza games. It's fantastic. It's a more serious Yakuza with a detective tone to it, some detective themes, like you have to like look for clues and stuff like that, which I've always enjoyed. More mature storyline, like for the main storyline, a little bit less over the top. I loved it. It was fantastic. So I was really looking forward to this game. I'm about 20 hours in now. Probably got about another 10 hours left or so. We'll see how long. I'm kind of over the side stuff. I'm going to focus on the story, I think, now. And it just hasn't hit as hard as I'd like. It's still a good game, but the main storyline is just not as interesting to me. And it's so important for me to connect with that main storyline. But like the side stuff, a lot of the side activities are all really fun. But yeah, man, it's just not hitting for me. And it's really hurt because I was hoping this would be like a top 5 game of the year for me. But I don't think there's a chance now. I don't think this is even going to surpass the first one for me. And it's sad too, because this not only will this possibly be the last Judgment game, because shout out to Johnny's and Sega, they want to put the game on PC. Johnny's won't let them put the game on PC,
I
so the series is
hate you
probably
so
done.
much. I hate you so much.
Shout out
I
Johnny's.
hate. Ugh. Just put it on fucking PC. People are gonna hack this game at some point and start modeling it even harder now because they pointed it out.
Oh man. But yeah, so this series is probably done. But the creator of the Yakuza franchise is apparently going to I think it's Tencent or one of those Chinese companies. I don't fucking know. To make games for them. So he's going to be gone. Who knows if what they're going to do with the Yakuza franchise at this point. So it's kind of bittersweet for me because this
Wait,
might
hold on.
be
Oh yeah, no,
sorry.
no, no. Never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. I was gonna say, wait a minute. I thought it was only Lost Judgment that was in danger, but no, I remember that
Yeah.
even the director. To be fair,
Yeah.
I feel like Sega would be like, oh fuck. Okay, does he have a secondhand man to put in his spot or something like that? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think
So
that they
I
would let
well
it die immediately.
no, but who knows what the quality is going to be like going
Oh,
forward
very
now.
true. Mm.
So that's the issue I have. So we'll see. But so it's bittersweet because this was like the last one with everyone still involved, the sequel to one of my favorite games of 2019, and it's just not hitting as hard as I'd like. The story takes so long to get going. Now, I'm gonna sound hypocritical because it trails a Cold Steel 1. Fucking that took fucking 20 hours to get going, and I love that game. The difference with that though is it's the first part of a 4-part saga, and I kind of understood that, and it does get going eventually. And then there's still, even after that 20 hours, there's still another 20 hours left, and it goes hard. This game, it's a self-contained story, so after like another 10 hours, it's gonna be over. And that's gonna tie up that plot line. I assume. I don't think they're gonna tease a third game, maybe. But yeah, it's just to me, it's been disappointing and it's a shame.
I'm gonna admit that I'm just gonna hit this from a very surface level, which is considering how happy you were with Life is Strange, it makes me happy that you got hurt a little. You were running a little too high,
Yeah,
you know, you had to be taken down a notch,
yeah.
okay?
But I honestly, I was excited for True Colors, but I never thought in any universe I would have enjoyed True Colors more than Lost Judgment. Like I just did not think that was going to happen. I memed True Colors. I memed it, and I wanted it to be true, and it was true. This one though, man, I was excited for this. Definitely more excited than I was for Life is Strange, to be honest with you. And yeah, man, it hurts. It hurts. There's just so many weird things in it. Like, and one of the most frustrating things so far about this game. So, and I was talking with it about, again, shout out to Straw Hat Ninja, the Weeb King.
Mm,
We
mm,
were talking
mm.
about this earlier on the Corn Discord, where there's this mini game. So basically, okay, you have the main storyline, and then you've got all these side storylines that happen in a school, and you have to infiltrate these different school clubs, and like you're trying to figure out a mystery that's going on in there. And one of them is this
Hold
robotics
on.
class where you have.
Isn't the charm of these games the fact that you're not in a fucking high school like every other Japanese game?
Well, you play as an old man in the high school, so
Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, understandable.
yeah, you're not actually a kid. You're like you're basically hired on as like an advisor to the school clubs because okay, I mean okay, surface level story. You're basically investigating bullying in Japan schools, and basically this one case that happens where this guy gropes a girl. He's found guilty of groping the girl, but then a video gets released of him killing a guy at the same time he was groping the girl. Yeah, so and that's the mystery. So there's our big mystery. So you go to the school and to try and investigate what the fuck's going on here, and you get pulled into all these side stories. That's kind of where that happens. It's wild, man. It's definitely not as good as the first game, in my opinion. Yes. But yeah, there's this one specific thing. I'll let you get back to that. Don't worry, I promise. But let me just finish this thought. There's this one side game in this robotics club where you got to do this Tetris knockoff game. And it has this difficulty spike in it that's so fucking difficult. And I thought it was just me because I suck at puzzle games. But even Straw was like, nah, this is bullshit. Like, this is pissing me off. I can't beat it either. And he upgraded his things a bunch and still wouldn't do it. So I don't know. And I think in order to advance the storyline, you have to beat it. So fuck that.
Fucking imagine that it's like, oh man, we caught you littering, and it's like, no, I wasn't littering, I was murdering puppies, and it's like, oh, you know that's actually a lot worse, right? Like,
Well,
oh,
and the
whoops.
and the thing is, well, and there's more to it, obviously, but the Japan legal system, they've got him convicted, so they don't want to try him for the murder now. I don't know, the whole thing's fucking crazy. I don't know. It's just, it's not hitting as hard as I'd like for me, and yeah, I mean, we'll see how it ends.
So, what is it exactly that is off for you, if you can pinpoint it?
It's just, I think the biggest thing I can say for it is the main plot thread of this guy and what's going on with him. It's taken up until just now to kind of finally reveal why what's happening is happening. But by this point, I don't care. Like, they haven't made me care about the characters involved in this enough. And like, I care about my character, like the main character, but even the side characters in the Judgment series that they're barely in this game. They're hardly used. They're kind of like tossed off to the side a little bit. So I don't know. I think the biggest thing I can just say is the main plot line to me is just a bit like disjointed and kind of all over the place, and it takes too long to get going. Now I'm sure it'll all end up making sense by the end of it. But even with the original Judgment, like people say that was a slow starting game, but I was hooked right from minute one on that game. I'm sorry. So this one for me, it's just yeah, it's not hidden, man.
Is it time to go for temporary scores?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll talk about it more next week when I actually finish it, and hopefully, I mean, there's a crazy turnaround. But right now, it's a disappointment out of 10.
God, you're a fucking robot out here saying that you're gonna finish it by the next time. Um, I'm going to give it that video of Kiryu showing up in San Andreas out of 10.
Oh God, that's a great video.
I fucking love that video. Like, okay,
Oh,
hold
I
on. Let
love.
me see if I can find it on YouTube just so I can tell people how to find it. Like, if it's okay, let me see. San Andreas Kiryu. Kiryu-chan! Yes, it is. Okay, if you search up Kiryu GTA San Andreas, fuck, I don't want to watch it right now. It's 9 seconds.
It's so good.
Go you John.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm so sorry for how I'm gonna edit that. I'm sorry, people. Just at least this, I hope, motivates you to go watch the fucking video. This episode's
Watch the video.
a
It's a good
mess.
video.
I'm so sorry to everyone who actually listens to this. I'm
I
sorry. I should care. I should care more.
Nah, you shouldn't.
No, I really shouldn't. Okay.
What do you
Okay.
have
What do you have
left?
next on? Okay, so I have Prey and Resident Evils, and I think we want to save those for last.
Okay, so I have Resident Evil 3 Remake. So should I talk about that before Prey, or do you want to do Prey first?
No, no, we can bundle all of Resident Evil
Okay,
together.
so let's do Prey.
Okay. First off, Prey, to the fan base of Prey, I apologize for my previous words. I did not mean to come off as mean as I did. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm the one that's broken here, not your game. Although your game is broken technically because it's like running only at 30 frames on PlayStation. Fuck you, Phil. So I just wanted to apologize to the people of Prey fandom that it's probably me, but it's also the game too.
The
Dorian,
worst apology I've ever heard.
uh, this is why I really don't
No,
apologize.
I don't blame you. Never apologize. Double down. Fuck Prey. I love Prey, but fuck Prey in your words.
No, I don't want to do that yet. I okay, I'm gonna mention the exact same thing I wrote earlier, which is I could have sworn I was like 5 to 10 hours deep into Prey, and then I look at the save and it says 3 hours and 2 minutes, and I was like, what? There's no fucking way I've only played that little of Prey. And I just felt so much despair of like, fuck, how long does this game feel? Why does this keep happening?
I've
And
never seen you try so hard to get into a game. I've never seen it. Ever.
it's because Arcane, I know, has something to them, okay? Who the fuck else is doing immersive sims? Name them.
No, they're not. That's why, yeah, I appreciate Prey so much. So much.
Yeah, I just fucking miss Deus Ex so much, and
Wow.
supposedly this is the next best thing, and I just keep playing, and I'm like, this is nothing. This is making me feel nothing. I just feel so tired. I just playing this. I'm like, this is just a video game. And you know what was the last game that made me realize this is just a fucking video game? Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, okay? So the fact that it's in the same realm, I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do this. I really don't. Every single time that I just hear something in the story, I'm like, man, why do I not feel curious about the next thing to do? Every single time that I play this game and I want to try to figure something out, the whole part of discovery and doing it, I never feel satisfied after doing it. There's a little room over there and I can walk on the ledge, and it's like, oh, can I walk on the ledge? Oh, I can. And I walk over to that room and I go and look inside the door, and I got beaten up by some typhons, and I grabbed some fucking crumpled pieces of paper and a little more ammo, and I was like, I guess that I get is that fun? We like, I just keep wondering at what point does it click? Like I feel like I'm going fucking insane because I keep playing this game and I'm just like, I why is this game just giving me like, just it's giving me fucking nothing, but I keep pushing myself through, just like, please. I feel like I'm going into a meta level of this video game where my character is literally looking through pieces of garbage on the desk, and I feel like I'm doing this in the fucking game. Once again, I'm sorry to the Prey fans, okay? I don't mean to sound as negative, okay? This is the closest thing I'm gonna get to Deus Ex, damn it. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying, okay? I threw this disc twice at a wall, okay? And I tossed it into my PS5 and it still works, okay? There's something divine here that is telling me I need to keep trying, damn it.
Yeah, I really like Prey. I like Prey. I need. So here's the thing. I actually played it last year during my month of spoops, where I played
Mm,
nothing but horror games for the month of October. And I loved it, man. Like for me, and I actually really like the original Prey too. It's a lot better though, but I like the original Prey. The biggest problem I have with Prey is the name. This game should never have been called Prey. It has nothing to do with Prey, and trying to call it Prey and link it back to that was a disservice to this game, in my opinion.
mm,
But this game's great, man. Like this is like, I'm not a fan of Dishonored. I do not like the Dishonored franchise, but that's mostly because of art direction, and I just think it's ugly as sin. But you put this shit in space for me. You give me that same gameplay, give me that same sense of exploration and the way I can do things however the fuck I want to do it. And then you put on one of the most. I got to be careful here because you still haven't finished and you're early in. but the twists this game has, and the utter hopelessness that takes place in parts of this game are so fantastic and up my alley that it was just such a memorable experience. And it's funny, I actually played Soma and this game back to back. And I had a friend who had played both. And like, oh my god, you're playing Soma and then going into Prey. You are going to want to kill yourself by the end of Prey. I was like, oh thank God. But just because the endings are so fucked up in both those games, I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm down for that. And yeah, yeah, fantastic experience.
You want to know what's another game that completely was a miss for me? Soma.
Yeah, and Soma, I'm a bit more understanding
The
though.
gameplay.
So yeah, like okay, I'm a story over gameplay guy,
Yeah, you
but I
are.
have some standards. There's got to be something there, and the biggest problem with Soma and the gameplay is that the actual like it's a disservice. Like it's the hiding shit, the actual monsters being there is a disservice to the story they're trying to sell. That game is a 6 out of 10 for me, and it's literally the only reason I'm positive on it is because the story is such a mind fuck at the end, and it's so brilliantly done. And the fact that these same people wrote the Amnesia games is fucking bonkers to me, because that story when it hits at the end is next level. I'm just sad that nothing else was there to support it. No, but Prey, I'm a lot more positive on because I really enjoyed the gameplay to go along with it. So
I I don't know what it is about Prey, just literally the act of moving in this game. I'm just like, man, why do I feel like I'm walking through water? I don't like this. Using the glue gun, using any of the weapons, none of it feels right, which to be fair, this is what okay, it's literally coming to me as I'm saying this right now. I just realized why most of the time I was so adamant about ADS being in most of the first person shooters that I played. I think it's probably because of the low frame rates, and being capped at 30 frames means that if you were trying to aim a gun and it's at 30 frames a second, it probably feels off, including the fact that arcane games apparently have input lag that if I can't ADS and be more accurate and I just have to rely on crosshairs to aim, it's just not going to feel good. I mean, even with how generous the glue gun is about aiming, I feel like I just have no proper control in this game. That anytime I get into a fight with an enemy, it's like, okay, well, how much of my health are you just going to take? Is it going to be worth it? Or I'm just going to let you kill me and hopefully my save isn't too far back? Because any single time that I get into combat and I hear that music, it's not like, oh man, what are we gonna do this right? It's gonna be like, let's just get it over with. Just fucking get me to the next place. I don't want to deal with this.
yeah, one thing I'll say, and I mean, obviously, I don't know if this is going to be an excuse for you or not, but one thing I'll say is early on in Prey, I didn't fight a lot of enemies. Like 3 hours into the game, I was running past everything still because I didn't have the proper tools to deal with them. So, I mean, later on in the game, you end up getting like more powers and more ways to deal with these things. But like at first, if you were just trying to kill the enemies, God, that'd be a fucking nightmare. Like you couldn't.
Dude, that's the thing. These enemies just knock you out so
Oh yeah.
quickly that I'm just like, I have to kill you. Like, I have to. I'm not. Dude, I need to go read this fucking computer and read this email that is obviously not going to make my experience better in this video game. But because I still the fucking madman that wants to check every computer, I'm going to fucking do it. So I have to kill you so I can read these emails in peace. That obviously not going to enhance my experience. So I don't know, man. I just don't understand because I keep you can tell I'm fucking trying because you know I would
Oh
have
yeah.
dropped this shit so immediately. And I'm
Oh yeah.
just thinking, just give me something. Just give me something. And I don't know how far I'm gonna get into this fucking game before I'm just like, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. I can't do this. There's nothing here. I need to go throw this disc again at a wall, and hopefully it makes me feel better. Might be the
Fair
most
enough.
fun I have with the game.
Yeah, fair. Can't blame me there.
So, is there anything else you want to mention about Prey? Because I feel like I'm done having my existential crisis.
No, I really like this game. It's an immersive sim. It's as you said. It's we're not getting another Deus Ex game. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. We're
I
not
should have
getting it.
fucking just replayed Human Revolution instead.
I mean, okay. I mean, yeah, Human Revolution is better than Prey. No, but I mean, it's close for me though. They're both, but it is better. But yeah, Prey's an 8 out of 10 game for me. I think it's fantastic, and I loved my experience with it. This is like the one game. Like, I'm not a huge into Bethesda and Bethesda Studios as some people are, but this game is like fucking great. So
Okay. My score is gonna be, please, for the love of fucking God, just a crumb of game. Please just give me a crumb of video game out of 10.
that's fair.
No, it's not.
Spoiler, you're gonna be disappointed.
I know I am, god damn it. I know. But I just like I need to at least have tried. Like I don't want that to be on fucking record that when I start saying that I don't like Prey, god damn it, I even gave it a second shot, damn it. That better be on my fucking tombstone. He tried Prey twice at least.
I'll make sure it's on there. Don't worry.
Thank you. Whenever you murder me, please just tell my wife that that's what I want.
Got it.
Okay, because I realized I forgot, I guess this is just gonna go in here. Mad Men season 4 and season 5.
Wow, that's quite the segue.
Okay, don't worry. This is going to be short because I don't know how much more I can say. It's still fucking good. I think season 4 might have been the best season because I feel like it was the most that it felt like the plot was moving along and had a bunch of bearing with every episode. Season 5 feels like it's falling a little bit more into its rhythm where it's like, well, you just kind of take the status quo for granted, and it's going to go back a little bit to it being very character focused and not really moving the plot along. And you know what, that's fine at this point because it feels like enough things have changed with the plot that I'm okay with going back into this cadence. But I'm still waiting for the moment that it becomes an all-time great instead of just incredibly good.
That's fair. I don't know if it'll ever get there for you because it doesn't change too much with the life of the show. But I mean, we take incredibly good, and you still get John Hamm's fantastic performance throughout the entire thing. So
John Hamm is so fucking good, and his wife as well. Just all of this shit is just so good that I'm very happy, at least now, that it's gotten to a point where just everything is so high level that even if it falls back into this same rhythm, that if the character development just gets even stronger and stronger, I can still see it getting there. It's just season 4 had that perfect balance of like what I really want in a TV show.
yeah, I'll be interested to see what you think the rest of the way. There's still some
All right.
real good shit coming up. So
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So anything else, Mad Men, besides obviously just saying that we're both positive on it and all that, blah
no,
blah blah blah.
both positive. I think we'll have a more longer. I mean, I'll have more to say, but I kind of wait for you to wrap everything up and give over general reviews. So
Fair enough. I have no idea when the fuck I'm gonna finish this because I'm so behind on Bond. I haven't watched it in like 2 months. So Mad Men, I'm gonna give it a John Hamm out of 10.
old fashioned out of 10.
Damn, both good scores. Okay, Resident Evil block.
Yes, Resident Evil block.
Okay, do you want to hit Resident Evil 3 first
Yeah,
since that's the
yeah.
one that you played?
Yeah, let's bang it out. So, Resident
Go
Evil
for it.
3 remake. I finally played it. Coming off of Code Veronica, this was a delight. It was really great. Not a lot of complaints about it. I will say that I think it's definitely a step below Resident Evil 2 remake for me. I think Resident Evil 2 remake is fantastic and one of my favorite games of 2019. This is, yeah, it feels a bit more rushed. Like they definitely did rush it a little bit, but you still got a lot of care in there. Visually, it's gorgeous. It plays so well. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. Jill is a great character in this game. She's really well done, and yeah, I just had a great time with this. Special shout out to how gorgeous this game is on the OLED. The inky blacks and darkness of Resident Evil were perfect with that. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't have too much to say. It was just a positive experience overall. Some of the stuff they cut from the original Resident Evil 3 is a bit of a bummer. Nemesis didn't feel nearly as intimidating in this one as he did in the original, or even as Mr. X did in Resident Evil 2 Remake, because he's more just kind of used for boss fights in this. But it is kind of a funny gag where how many times you kill him and you think he's dead, and he just comes back over and over and over and over again. So I mean, that was kind of funny. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Resident Evil 3, it's so weird because I really, really like it. I just can't ever bring myself to say I like it more than Resident Evil 2 because Resident Evil 2 just the fact that it still has the police station, like I feel like the police station is just so fucking good. It's that
Yes.
type of puzzle blocks that I like, including the fact that now it's third person that I'm just so happy being back in that perspective as opposed to fucking fixed camera angles where every time you go into a fucking camera and it shifts on you, you end up running right into a zombie's loving embrace. At least
Yes.
now, if you get caught in the loving embrace, it's like, ah, fuck. Well, you know what? It is my fault. It's not like the game's intentionally trying to fuck me over like this. So it reaches that nice balance of like, yeah, you're trying to aim, but you're not going to be that accurate. But it always feels achievable to be able to land shots. It's just that the game's going to fight you for it. And I really do like that in
Oh, it
both
plays
games.
beautifully. Yeah, like it basically plays identical to two, and two played fucking fantastic. So there's
Mhm.
nothing they really need to fix here. It just plays so great. It is definitely more actiony focused than two,
Yeah.
more bullets, more big guns, more boss fights. But that's fine because it plays so great. There's no issue with that.
I love 3 because it is way more consistent the entire time. I think what it is that Resident Evil 2 tends to hit way higher highs than
Yes,
3, but I
yes,
think the sewers in 2 are still worse than 3, like
yes.
anything in
I
3.
agree. I agree.
But then also going through as Claire and running through the police station so quickly, like, it just feels so satisfying.
Oh
Running
yeah,
through the sewers feels so satisfying, and then you get to
yeah.
the end and you finally get a boss fight, like, that's also pretty fun too. So, like, Resident Evil 2 at the end of the day feels like it tends to hit those higher highs, while Resident Evil 3 feels like it tends to go a little bit below that, but all that shit is still, like, really good. Also, I know that I don't know if it's a complaint you share. I think it is, but I know a lot of people don't like in Resident Evil games where they end up having their big action ending. I think I love Resident Evil 3's big action ending like the most. Just the fact that you have this gigantic railgun that you shove in Nemesis' mouth and you just start blasting it. I was like, this is fucking incredible. This fits perfectly with the rest of the game. It ramps up beautifully. I love all this.
It fits. I'm not a huge fan of it doing like of the Resident Evil franchise doing this in general, but in this game it fits, and I would agree it's definitely the best use of it because especially this game specifically compared to the original. Because in this game, again, you're constantly fighting Nemesis in this fucking boss form. So by the end of it, you're just like, please fucking die,
That's
you
what makes
son
it
of a
so good.
bitch. And it actually does work very well in its favor. So I actually agree with that. I think in this game it works perfectly fine, especially
Yeah.
compared to like something like Resident Evil 8, which you'll play eventually here. With well, yeah, the big action ending in that one's sketch, but you'll see.
At least the good thing is that we have well, you disagree, but at least the good thing is that I have Resident Evil 6 and 8 this month. I'm just gonna be eating
Oh,
fucking good this month.
like if I make it to the next episode by 6, we'll see.
So yeah, Resident Evil 3, I love the big action ending. I love that by the time you get to the end of that game, you're just so sick of Nemesis that you're just like, yes, let's fucking kill this guy
Yes.
already.
Yeah,
And
I think even
I'm
Jill's is like, this is the last fucking time. Like, she's like,
like,
I'm done with this shit too.
I love the implication no, I love reading that maybe the implication instead is that if she runs into Nemesis one more time, she's just gonna be like, you know what, I give up. Just fucking kill me. I don't care anymore.
Could be. But yeah, no, this is still a great game. I'm very glad I end up getting the steelbook from this from you.
Mhm.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, I
And
tend
yeah,
to do them. I just, I'm pretty cool. Pretty cool about my points.
definitely this is one I'll be happy to have in the collection. So very excited.
Resident Evil 3, I am still very happy about it. I never played the original one, so I really don't have any complaints about changes. The only thing I can think of is that it feels like it's a step below Resident Evil 2, and part of me almost wishes that this would have been like an expansion to Resident Evil 2 because that would have set expectations differently. If you
Yeah,
package it in as a game, people are going to be like, "Oh man, well you had Resident Evil 2 previously. Like what are you going to do next?" And like you give people this like, "Oh man, this is a step down," and you know how the internet is. If it's a fucking step down, it's
yeah.
immediately the worst thing in the fucking world. So,
Well, and
um,
the other issue too, and we'll get into it in a minute with Code Veronica, but that's the true sequel to Resident Evil 2.
mm,
So, anyways, yeah, that
yeah,
like I think the problem is this is technically Resident Evil 3, but it's not the same type of game as Resident Evil 2. And I think they did the best job that they could in remaking this, and it's still a very good game. So,
I'm still really happy with it though. Like I said, I don't
oh
really
yeah,
care about the
I'm agree.
changes from 3. All I know is that having played this, I'm just like, you know what? This feels like that perfect balance that it wants to try to placate the people who are going to be like, "Oh man, why am I fucking being so slow?" But like Resident Evil 3, I'm just like, "You know what? This is the right balance. I'm happy with this." But I also still love 2. I'm just so happy with both of these games. I really am.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
with you
I'm terrified of whatever happens with Resident Evil 4.
there. I'm
No, I
excited.
know you're fucking happy. I know
I'm
you're
pumped.
ecstatic.
I'm excited.
I hate you. I hate you. Resident Evil 4 is just undeniably its own tone. And I do not want to see it like with this new Leon. Like he's probably gonna be so self-serious. I'm gonna be so fucking annoyed. I don't want to deal with it.
Arnold.
Ugh. I don't know how they're gonna make Leon. So seriously, I don't know how they're gonna do that.
You're gonna
Like
cut it right
I
the
do,
fuck out, hopefully.
huh?
You're gonna cut it right the fuck out, hopefully.
Dude, what? Okay, no. Okay. You know what? This is the different direction though. This is now the Resident Evil 4 section. How would you handle a Resident Evil 4 remake?
Fix the tone. Fix the tone. The tone of Resident Evil
No,
4
no, no.
is
Okay, okay.
off.
Fix it. Fix it as in. Oh wait, no, no, not fix it. Sorry, I mean remake it. Like, how are you remaking this? If you are you using the same skeleton? What are you changing?
Oh, I'm rehauling this game entirely. Entirely. Leon, she's gone. Bitch is gone.
Okay, so what's the point of
Completely.
Leon being in Spain?
I don't know, fucking umbrella shit.
I hate you so much. I hate you
I don't
so
care.
much.
He's tracking down the fucking umbrella. No, like he could find her, but we're not doing escort mission bullshit. None of that shit's gonna be there. She can be there, but she's a side character. Fucking rework it, man. I'm not paid the big bucks to do this. Capcom can do this shit, but they need to make it fucking scary, and they need to make it fucking. They need to make it. You could have cheese in Resident Evil. There's always going to be a little bit of cheese in Resident Evil, but it can't outbalance the scare.
Okay, if someone went in and just took Resident Evil 4 and added more scares, would that be enough for you?
No.
I hate you so much. God damn it. I just don't want anyone to touch Resident Evil 4. Like that game is just it's so ridiculous. Okay. Resident Evil 4, I played that at least 2 times previously until I finally beat it. I tried to play it on PS2 years ago in high school. I remember that I let someone borrow my copy of Metal Gear Solid 3 and then let me borrow Resident Evil 4. And then they moved or the school year ended, and I was like, well, fuck. Well, at least now I get to buy another copy of Metal Gear Solid 3, so that was pretty cool. By the way, that wasn't sarcastic. I was excited to buy another copy of Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, I fucking love that game.
I mean, I'm with you there.
So,
Metal Gear Solid
yeah,
2, one of the best games of all time.
exactly. So Resident Evil 4, I remember trying it there, and then I think my PS3 yellow lighted, so I was like, well, fuck, I don't have a way to play this anymore. And then I finally played it on my Switch 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, let's see how this works. Immediately, I was like, oh, fuck, it's still tank controls. And then immediately I clicked into it. I was like, oh, okay, I got this. And just I was shocked how well it held up, and every single time that there was a codec call, I was like, "Oh yes, this is so good. This is cheese. This is so great." And I'm not gonna lie, there are times in that game where it gets super fucking tense from like, oh shit, I'm really overwhelmed. If I don't knock out this suplex and clear out some of them, I'm getting fucked right here. I love the difficulty in Resident Evil 4 because it adjusts depending on how good you're doing. So if you do even better, the game just progressively gets harder. But if you die a couple of times, it'll start resetting the difficulty until you start realizing, oh shit, okay, I got through it. But no, you didn't. The game itself actually lowered down its difficulty, so you never feel like you're being insulted. Like, fine, I'll lower the difficulty. Which, to be fair, I feel like way more games need to do that. Like, they just need to progressively up the difficulty, and then if you start getting your shit kicked in, the game starts bringing it down for you, and you never notice it. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of that.
I agree. I think that is a good idea.
I love it, and just the only thing I hate is that at the end it just gets just too much action. Like it's like this is just a little too much. I didn't need all of this. I think that's actually the first time that there's zombies with guns, and I was like, which we'll talk about in Resident Evil 5. But I think they weren't walking around with guns. I think they were just like standing in a spot with guns, and I was like, okay, you know what? That's not bad. And there wasn't a fucking wall cover, so thank God for that. And at least it gave me a rocket launcher to kill the last boss with, which I'm always a big fan of.
Can we move on? I don't want to talk about fucking Resident Evil 4 anymore.
I love Resident Evil 4. It's so good.
Good game, terrible Resident Evil game.
Yeah, you're a terrible Resident Evil game, okay?
True.
Code Veronica.
Do we rate? We did not rate 3.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Resident Evil
7.5 out of 10.
Resident Evil 3 is I bought it full fucking price because it had a steel book, and I immediately left there thinking, fuck, was that worth it? Like, did I really want this steel book? And then now, like almost a year later, I'm like, yeah, that was worth it. Yeah, I think that was worth it.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. Yes, out of 10. I forgot about that part.
All right, Code Veronica, go.
Steve is a fucking masterpiece.
No,
Steve
he's a
is the
fucking chungus.
Steve is
Oh.
one of the greatest actors of our time, okay? I don't understand. Do you not understand the depths of his soul that he had to reach to yell, "Father!" as he saved Claire from the zombie that was his dad? It was so gut-wrenching. I cried. I still am crying over it. And I beat the game like about a week ago, okay? I'm still in tears and in shock from the deep emotional depths that the actor for Steve had to get to do this role, you know?
Edwin, why do you do this to me?
Because this is the cheese shit that I love. Steve is literally the only thing that was getting me through this game. Every single fucking cutscene in this game gave me life to keep going.
Okay, so here's the deal. Look, let's call. I'm not gonna. Okay, Edwin, you're a god gamer. You beat Doom Eternal in the hardest difficulty mode. So let me just
No,
make
no,
that very
okay, not the
clear.
hardest, not the hardest. There is
Or,
harder.
okay, well, whatever. The hardest you could choose out of the gate.
Nightmare,
Nightmare.
God gamer,
So you got god gamer status for that. But I want to make it clear. You cheated the fuck out of Code Veronica.
hell yeah.
Okay. I did not get to cheat the fuck out of Code Veronica. And let me tell you, there are no difficulty options in this game. And holy fuck, there were so many points in this game, I was ready to just throw in the towel. I had a miserable experience in this game.
I know you
Fucking
did.
this game needs a fucking remake. More than the fucking Resident Evil 3 needs a
Yes,
fucking remake.
absolutely. Hell yes.
Holy shit. Jesus Christ. So here's the thing. This game actually is good in parts, but it's just so
No, it's not.
dated now. I think it is. I think there's a shell of something good here, but it's so fucking dated at this point. And fuck Steve. Oh my god, fuck Steve. I'm sorry, but that entire plotline, he's one of the worst characters in Resident Evil history. And seeing him fucking turn into the Incredible fucking Hulk and die was the only pleasure I had in that fucking game. Oh my
Hold
god.
on, hold on. You saying I don't like Steve, I'm sorry. I love it because Steve is so Canadian and they never
Ugh.
acknowledge it. So every single time that he says sorry, I'm just like, ah, he's fucking Canadian. Oh my god, you don't understand just the enjoy. Like, I hated this game. I fucking hated this game. Like, just every single time that I was playing this game, I was like, I am so fucking miserable. I am so tired of this shit. I am so tired of these goddamn puzzles. I'm so tired of decaps. I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm using a walkthrough pretty much this entire time. I broke a fucking save so I can just have a rocket launcher because I didn't want to fucking think about this game. Oh, there were so many multiple times that I fucked myself over by doing something wrong that I had to revert my save like 3 or 4 times because the game was just that obtuse. Also, we were playing Code Veronica X, and I was following a guide for Code Veronica. And apparently, because you were following a different game guide, it fucks you over. And I was like, oh, fuck. I just lost like 30 minutes to an hour of what I was doing because I was following the wrong walkthrough. And I was so fucking pissed. But
I don't know if I would have
then,
gone on.
but then, Steve would open his mouth and Steve would just say the fucking stupidest shit that no man should ever say.
How about the
And
scene
it
where fucking Steve just stares at Claire's ass?
cinema.
Fuck.
Oh my god, what about the romantic subplot in the plane?
No. No.
I hate this game so fucking much.
Not a
And
good game.
every single one of these cutscenes were literally the oasis in the desert that is this game. Because every single cutscene had me fucking laughing. Wesker is a cartoon villain. I loved Wesker in this. Oh my, yes. Oh my god. His fucking laugh. The fight at the end when he's just wrecking Chris's shit. Gold. It's incredible. Oh my god. I don't know how anyone signed off on this shit. Literally, I think, wait, hold on. I need to be sure when I say this shit. Was this the same year as Metal Gear Solid 2? Because if so,
No, I think it
gee,
was earlier. Because I think,
was it?
let me see. I think it was like 2000. Hold on.
Okay, you are correct. It was
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was early 2002. So
You know what? I'm gonna smack this game around harder and just be like, hey, fucking Code Veronica is on Dreamcast, or you can wait to get Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2. No fucking wonder the Dreamcast died and Sega got kicked the fuck out of the console business, okay? Like, that's
And the funny thing is, too, I have good memories of playing this game on my Dreamcast. Young Addy just sitting there, fucking sitting down, playing the fucking Dreamcast. Resident Evil Code Veronica. Oh man, what's gonna happen next? I'm fucking stab these fucking forks through my eyeballs. That's what's gonna happen next. Fucking shit
No,
game.
it's just that we've been coddled as gamers. We
Yes.
we have been we've been taught, no, it's okay. If you have failure, you can just come back. And games back then were like, "Oh, you failed? You're a fucking piece of shit. Did you know that? Oh, did you save? No, you fucking didn't. Have fun redoing the last 2 hours, dickhole. I hope you remember the puzzle solutions. Oh, you didn't? Go to your fucking near EB Games and buy the game facts, you fucking dumbass." Like, these games are just so brutal, and
Oh my
I
god,
can't
I
stand
know.
it. They're not
The
worth it.
so the part that almost fucking did me in was the fight with the fucking tyrant on the plane.
Mhm.
I guess I just barely had enough fucking ammo to do it. But you basically had to basically you got to pump enough shit into him, and then if you don't have enough ammo, you just have to keep hitting him over and over again with that machine to try and knock him out. And if you don't have enough ammo, it takes like 7 times, and it's so hard to avoid his hits. He hits you twice, you're dead. And I had one healing item at that point. Like I can't believe I got through it. I was 99% sure I was done the game at that part. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah, I soft locked at some point. I forgot about that. I didn't realize you could fucking soft lock yourself. So, apparently there's a little valve that you have to turn to be able to get a key at the bottom of, like, this fish tank.
Yeah.
Apparently, the valve gets stuck there, and you can't remove it once you're done, and I needed that valve for a different room, so I soft locked myself from being able to continue the game, and I was like, "Wait a minute, how the fuck do I take this valve off?" And I kept clicking it, and literally nothing happened, and unless there's a button to remove it, I soft locked myself, and I had to revert back to a save from, like, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I didn't run into that, but that fucking sucked. I was following a guide that entire fucking game. I was not taking any chances with that shit.
Oh, yeah, I was following a guide for Code Veronica, not Code Veronica X,
Right,
so that fucked me
right.
over.
Yeah, no, I made sure to do one for Code Veronica X because I knew it was
Dude, I
different.
didn't think there was gonna be a difference. I thought it was gonna be like a director's cut where like there might be a small section that might be a little bit longer, not change shit from the main thing.
Yeah, you got dicked.
Dude, I was so pissed, all right? These fucking guys were cucking me, and I'm like, no, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But then I get another cutscene. I'm like, oh, fucking, oh, legendary Steve just turning into the Hulk. And if you didn't save, he two hit you, and you needed to actually have healing items because there's no other way to get through.
You know what the sad part is, Ed? The saddest
What?
part of all of this? I
What?
enjoyed this more than the next game we're going to talk about.
What is wrong with you? Are you broken? Are you
Yes.
mentally deficient? Do
Yes.
do you need a doctor? Do
Yes.
you need an exorcist?
Yes, I'm about to play Resident Evil fucking 6, so I am.
You know it's gonna be fun. You know. Okay, you wait, hold on. Are we ready to move on for Code Veronica?
Yeah, 5.5 out of 10, man.
Code Veronica is a father out of 10. Please watch all the cutscenes on YouTube.
All right, let's finish this shitbag off with style.
Resident
Shiva!
Evil
Shiva!
5.
Shiva! Shiva! Shiva!
Go!
Come!
Go!
Come!
Go!
Stop!
Go! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Come on! Come on! Thanks! Thanks!
Oh, this game drove me to the brink of fucking insanity. It's so bad.
Resident Evil 5 is a modern art piece. It is the first postmodern video game to exist. It truly shows us the human condition and what colonization does to the poor Africans that live in Kijuju. Yeah, obviously, we as American man and North American man, infected the natives, and it is truly an allegory for smallpox. And I don't know what the fuck I'm talking out of my ass. I'm talking out of my ass more than Resident Evil 5 is. I love this game. This game is such a fucking mess. Oh my god. The only time I hate it is I think maybe the boss fight on the boat and the turret sections. That's about it. Oh wait, no, zombies with
Oh,
guns. I forgot. Zombies with
I
guns.
hated every waking moment. I literally hated every waking moment of this game. There was not one time where I was playing this game. I was like, this is kind of fun. This is kind of enjoyable. No. This game. Look, here's my notes. So you know how I make my notes, right?
Oh,
Here's my notes.
I didn't know you had notes.
Oh, I have notes. So hold on. Here's my notes. Fuck this game. RE5 is an abomination and should have never been made. Shiva, Shiva, come, Shiva, come, Shiva, Shiva,
Come
Shiva.
on.
Those are my fucking notes. Those are my notes. I cannot implore you to never touch this fucking game. This is not Resident Evil. This is a bastard child of what a great series once was.
Okay.
And this game had made me even fucking appreciate Resident Evil 4 somehow more.
Okay. Okay. Look, now that we've gotten this far, most of the Resident Evil series is bad. Resident Evil 0 sucks. Resident Evil 1 is, well, at least the remake has the tone right, and you know what? Fine, passable. I'm not going to talk about Resident Evil 2 or 3. 2 and 3 remake. Well, no, hold on. I'm going chronologically. So, actually, Resident Evil 0 sucks. Resident Evil 1, eh. I'm not going to talk about 2 or 3. Code Veronica is bad. And, well, then at that point, you get to Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 4 is the only one that I will stand by. So, I straight up think that Resident Evil 4 was the first good one because, well, remake. Mm, mm, mm. So Resident Evil 5 actually fits in more with the history of Resident Evil than the other games.
Sucks. See, but here's the thing. At least with okay, I mean that's fair. I mean I can't argue that. Resident Evil 0 is not great. One remake though I think is banging. I enjoyed it, and then 2 and
Yep.
3 are classics to me. Now they have not aged well. They've not aged well, but they're better than whatever that fucking piece of trash was. I'd rather play fucking. I would literally rather go do another fucking full run through a Code Veronica now. Never touch fucking 5 again.
Fuck. Are you kidding? You're telling me that you'd rather deal with just bad game design,
Yes.
aged game design.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes. At least then I won't get pushed into a fucking laser.
I need to save that clip. I need to save that clip.
Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad.
So, for clarification, of course, we played this in co-op.
Yeah.
There was a puzzle with lasers, and apparently we didn't know that if you touch lasers on a person, it was an insta-kill and it set them on fire. I think we died maybe once or twice throughout the entire mission, but at the end of it, we had 8 kills because we died 6 times to the puzzles.
And the sad part is I just stood up there like I was so done. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna go stand on these stairs. You do this fucking shit. You do it. And we still just died constantly. And then he finally figured out the puzzle. And he's like, oh, you know what'd be funny is if I walk in here right now, we have to do it again. I was like, don't you dare. And he nudged it to me and I fucking let in the laser. And then there was silence. Just pure anger of silence because I knew I would have to fucking play this game for longer.
This game is a masterpiece. What you're talking about is emergent gameplay.
Oh.
It's all about the stories you can tell yourself as you play the game. It's obviously from the playbook that Skyrim laid out in Fallout as a series.
So this is actually my second time playing through this game, and I hated it the first time too. But I at least remember thinking, if this wasn't a Resident Evil game, I probably wouldn't hate this as much because there's, it's just it doesn't fit to the tone of the series. It's literally Chris is punching a fucking boulder.
Masterpiece. Cinema.
There's nothing good about this game. But after playing through it a second time, no, even if this wasn't Resident Evil, this is still a shit game. I'm sorry, it sucks.
At the end, yes, I will admit that it falls apart once you have zombies with guns. It's just like, why the fuck are you doing this? I don't want to do a cover shooter with this. I don't want to do this.
It literally
Let me
turns
shoot
into
them in the
COD.
kneecap and punch them.
Turns into fucking third-person COD for some reason. Like, oh my god, let's have gunfights with these zombies. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, but this game is garbage and should never fucking been made. And the worst part is as bad as this is, Resident Evil 6 is 10 times worse.
I am so excited. I can't wait to play Resident Evil 6. You don't know how excited and giddy I am to play Resident Evil 6 because Resident Evil 5 is garbage, high-end garbage. And if you're telling me that Resident Evil 6 is even higher of a shelf of garbage, oh, baby, feed it straight into my veins. Please, please, please. Now, Dorian, I know that you were probably missing the subtle nuance of Chris defeating the boulder. You see, since all the way back in 1997, Wesker was the boulder in his way. In his entire life, as you tail him through Resident Evil 1, and then of course his sister in Resident Evil 3, and then Code Veronica, Wesker has always been the boulder that is in his way. And finally in Resident Evil 5, Chris has bulked up enough to defeat the boulder that is in front of him. Honestly, it's just, I think it's something that Stanley Kubrick would probably write, like maybe even Stanley Kubrick would look at this shit and be like, ah, man, why didn't I think of that? And then he probably went back in time and killed himself and didn't finish Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know how you're missing the obvious symbolism behind the boulder.
I'm asking for a friend. How much eyeglass fluid do I need to drink to kill myself?
Okay, we can Google that. It says you don't have enough.
Fuck. Yeah, no, everything you just said is bullshit. I'm reminded of that. Hold on. Wait. 1 sec. Yeah, we'll edit this or not, maybe. All right, hold on. Mr. Castillo,
Yes.
what you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response was there anything that could even be considered a rational thought. Everyone listening to this podcast is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A simple no would have sufficed.
I'm gonna watch that movie again, man. That's good shit.
Billy Madison is so fucking good.
God, I love
and
that
the
fucking
dog is society.
Fuck.
You remember that boss fight when you only had the rocket launcher and just had no fucking ammo and was just walking around and going, go, go, go.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. I mean, look, hey, if you enjoy this game, you're wrong, but I'm glad you like bad shit. So congratulations.
You remember when I almost broke my fucking thumb in the volcano?
Oh my god, that's the best part, and we were doing it wrong. It's too bad, like, because I wonder how long we would have gone with you trying to fucking do that, just your thumb falling off completely.
Oh my god! Every single time that Wesker launched you into the volcano, and I'm just like, "Fuck! I screwed up my thumb for this. I need to keep going."
He just kept dick smacking me in there, but we were doing it the wrong way.
Oh my god, dude! How can you not find the enjoyment of laughing at this as even enjoyable?
I mean, laughing at your pain was funny, but that was about it.
Dude, the fucking rocket launcher that you shoot at Wesker and he catches it in midair. God, man. Oh wait, Jill! Fucking Jill! How did we forget to mention Jill?
Oh my god. Let's not.
Dude, you were tapping so fucking bad to take the jewel off Jill, and then the first chance I pull it.
I weakened it for you.
Dude, it's so funny, okay? Because, so Ghost of Tsushima, right? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw that deal, Ghost of Tsushima and PlayStation Plus for 1 year, $50. I went and got it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, great deal. Great deal.
I'm glad
you upgraded your Steelbook.
Yes, I'm very happy to have it. So I popped in Ghost of Tsushima, right? And I booted it in. I moved over my save. I was so sad that it didn't do the auto pop because apparently, it didn't auto pop the platinum because apparently I transferred over the wrong save. Whoops. Oh well, I'll deal with it.
Sad.
So here's the thing. I jumped in and I played a little bit more and I was like, oh fuck, all right, this is still fun. I might actually want to go for the platinum. It's not that much that I need to do left. So there's that. The reason I even bring this up is because it auto popped all those trophies and it recorded 15 seconds of each one. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me go and delete them. And then I saw the Resident Evil 5 trophies. And I was like,
Uh,
oh, you know what? I'm going to look at these. And the best thing is that it kept the 15 seconds along with our audio when the trophies popped. And one of the trophies was whenever we took the jewel off Jill. And so we have audio in that video of us just laughing our asses off when I pull it on the first try.
oh my god. I mean, look, the only way you'll find some enjoyment in this fucking piece of human garbage of a game is if you're playing with somebody and you can laugh at how fucking awful it is. Then you might find some enjoyment in this game. But God help you if you're trying to play this game by yourself. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
Oh, no. This is in the same vein as like Neil Breen, where if you try to watch this alone, you're just going to fucking kill yourself. But if you watch it in a group, whoo boy, you're cooking now.
I gotta ask. You know what? Actually, I'm not even gonna mention it. We'll save. We'll save it. It's Resident Evil
No.
6 talk, and it's something I specifically want to mention for that. But it's a funny story. But we'll wait till we play it because then it'll be funnier.
Fair enough. Okay. Resident Evil 5. Jesus. It's not racist out of 10.
Yeah, this is a 4.5 out of 10 for me. There are very few games I would rather play over this. I mean, I think I said this. If you present me with this game and you present me with Halo 5 and a gun to the head, I eat the bullet. Like I mean, I'd eat the bullet no matter what. But especially in this scenario because I've fucked both of these games. It's a travesty. I mean, no, I'm not picking. They both suck, and this game's horrible. Fuck it. I'm glad I'm done with it. The fact that I have to do Resident Evil 6 is fucking haunting my life. Jesus Christ, that's going to be horrible. Ugh. It's what a depressing way to end.
I'm just going to say that I'm glad that I'm done with Resident Evil 5 because I no longer have jokes in my head where it's like, oh, don't say that. No, that's wrong. Please stop.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
Your stream title is very apt. Put it that way.
Exactly. Oh, dude. You know what? This is gonna be towing the line just a little too close, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. When we were in the village in chapter 3, and then you
Yeah.
hear one of the guy goes, I almost lost my shit, and I was like, this is wrong. No, do not lose your shit. Do not make fun of it. And I'm just like, it was the picture of that dude just holding his breath so hard in class. I was just like, I'm just like, no, it's not acceptable anymore. Damn it! In 2009, we could have made those jokes, but not anymore. Damn it!
What 11 years does to you? Eh?
It's not racist out of 10.
Yeah, don't play this game. Fuck, don't.
Play it with a friend. Grab a friend, drink some beers, drop it on the easiest difficulty since you'll be too drunk to be able to control the game properly.
And look, I'm not a religious person, but if you are, please pray for me. Please pray for me to get through Resident Evil 6 in one piece. I can't tell you how bad this fucking game is. It's fucking worse than Resident Evil 5. It's worse. I would rather you as the audience do not know the disdain I have for Breath of the Wild. I don't think. Oh no, a little bit. I would rather play Breath of the Wild than play what I'm about to fucking play. It's that bad.
Resident Evil 6 is about to become a masterpiece in video games, and I can't wait to stream it. I guess, you know, I really hate pimping myself out, but I also think that this is going to be fucking hilarious. So,
oh yeah, watch the stream.
Yeah, I guess you know me. I fucking hate advertising in general. Okay, I like studying advertising and seeing like, oh, why would you put this ad here? Obviously, it's because your current demographic would be this, blah blah blah, all that. I like the psychology that goes into advertising. I just hate advertising myself. But if you would like to see it, I already feel uncomfortable.
I'll do it.
Twitch.
If you'd like to see the Twitch streams, go to Ed's channel at twitch.tv/edcasty. That's twitch.tv/ed. Oh, thank you, Edcasty13. That's twitch.tv/edcasti13. You will get to literally see somebody's soul break live on air.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate hearing this advertising. By the way, they'll be able to hear someone's soul break.
Yes,
they're gonna see me cackling.
Yeah, they'll see you having the time of your fucking life. You'll just hear me slowly but painfully dying.
I just saw a notification from my phone, and it's Amazon telling me that the HDMI adapter and the mini adapter to the computer to the PC is going to get here tomorrow. So Resident Evil 6 is going to have my camera in 1080p full HD instead of apparently what was currently running, which was 576p.
Hell yeah, more P's the better.
Are we going to end with that? More P's the better?
Yeah, we're done.
End card. Hey, look at you. You got to the end of the episode. From episode 0 to the day that I finally get lazy and cancel the show, a big thank you to Joey Rawlings for providing the perfect name for the show. Be sure to always give him thanks, either out loud as you're listening to this, or you can just send him a thank you tweet at boogeyman117 _ That's boogeyman117, IE instead of Y, double O. Be sure that it's an underscore, not a dash, 117.